You want to do radio? Make sure our headsets are good, so we got that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
But I can't hear you.
You can't hear me now?
No.
To
try it
the
again,
right.
Dave.
There we go. Go ahead, Ken.
Test, 1, 2, test.
I got you clear. You got me loud and clear yet?
Yeah, it could be a little louder. There you go. Ooh, holy crap.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
Thank you for coming out to the Hawks Nest for tonight's football game. Please enjoy the pre-game entry brought to you by Putter Sports Grill. For all your pre and post-game festivities, visit Putter Sports Grill. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to get on your feet and make some noise for your Thunderhawks. The players are on the bus. They're circling the field. They're sizing up the competition. It won't be long. Thunderhawks are entering the stadium. They're ready for their foe. And the wait is over. Here comes your Lakota Thunderhawks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another season of Friday Night Football here at Lakota East High School, home of the Thunderhawks. Tonight in the Hawks Nest, we have a conference matchup between your Lakota East Thunderhawks and the Fairfield Indians. I'm Dave Royce with my partner in the booth, Ken Yablonsky. Ken, here we are back for another season of football. This isn't the home opener, but we're in week 4 of the season, so what do you think we'll see tonight between these two teams?
I'm going to put that on pause real quick, Dave, and let's get the national anthem in first, and then we will talk about our upcoming game.
Absolutely, Ken. I talked to these guys earlier pregame. This is colors are being presented by the 7696 American Legion and the VFW, so we appreciate them, and we'll pause for the national anthem. All right, Ken, just like in the game, we'll pull an audible there. So back, here we go. Week 4, Ken, what do you say? Fairfield Indians, Lakota East.
Yeah, two teams that started off a little slow, strength of schedule, played a little bit. Coach Kintner here in his second home game here at the Hawks Nest, bringing some new traditions, some new spark, some new life to this Hawks team. Both teams 0-3. They both played some tough opponents. East lost to Hamilton. They lost to, last week, Princeton, who's a very good team. Fairfield hasn't quite gotten it going yet. You know, Fairfield's sort of a one-man show with Talon Fisher, but what an athlete he is. He's a running back, he's a quarterback, dual-threat athlete. This is going to be a good litmus test to see who can win their first game in the GMC between these two squads.
Absolutely, both 0-2, like you said, in the conference. I have to say the Princeton game, I'm going to be honest, I didn't think East would bode that well. I did the West Princeton game. Princeton looked really good. The boys really held up. It was a loss, but I think they made a lot of gain there internally to the program, and as you said, Coach Kitna, you know, a lot of hype, a lot of talk about Coach Kitna being an ex-pro. His son's here with him, you know, but things just don't turn overnight. You know, he puts a whole new offense in. These kids went from probably a 20, 30 playbook to over 100 playbook. And you can see that week by week slowly. So hopefully tonight it's a great night. The weather couldn't be any better here, Ken. The band is in the house, as you saw earlier here, as the guys were giving you the shots there at the pregame and for the national anthem. The students are all decked out in red and white, and we definitely want to shout out special mention to our military and our first responders, especially with this weekend coming up to be 9/11. You saw the boys running out with the American flag. Means a lot. I think that's why the students are in red and white down there tonight, Ken.
Yeah, absolutely. USA Spirit Day today. And, you know, like you said, a new playbook, opening up the offense a lot. You know, Kitna loves to throw the ball. JT Kitna was a proven quarterback down in Texas. This will be our first look here. And East going to kick off here. Fairfield about to receive. And we're about to get underway.
Absolutely. Here we go. Deferred to the second half here. East did. I think they won this toss, so we'll got the home crowd behind them. Big turnout for an 0-3 team, but hey, that's Lakota East football, right?
Absolutely.
The fans and the community are behind them.
They're going to just be here. Fairfield traveled fairly well as well from across 275.
And, little pooch kick here early on, going for the sneak. And the Hawks got it. And Coach Kitna goes to the playbook with one early.
Yeah,
with the onside.
To start the game, Dave. I mean, you know, everybody's expecting the kick to go deep, conservative offense. And here we go, just a little squib kick. And East winds up with the ball on the 35.
And not a bad idea. You know, the kick return for Fairfield's pretty nice. Here you see them all lined up, hands swinging. Looks like the normal set, and there's just the onside kick. Totally confuses the Fairfield Indians. And it looks like I think that was number 7 with the recovery for the Hawks. And they're set up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line right in front of us. Perfect view right down the sideline. JT goes a big number 84. He goes over to the flat, gets about 1 or 2.
Yeah, Kitna starting off with a little screen pass to to Derek Jackson. That was Andy Vogelman who got the onside kick for the Hawks. And just something it looked like Fairfield did not expect at all.
Not at all. I think they had that drawn up. Andy looked like he knew right where he's going. Good kid. I know him well. And nice to see Andy be able to grab that early.
We're going to see this little out flat pass to the tight end there. And scamper ahead for
Derek Johnson with that catch. And so here we go, set up. JT drops back, looks, there's a flag in the air, throws it again over to Jackson, gets it enough for the first down, but we'll see what happens with the hanky here.
Yeah, it's usually in the spot where
yeah, it looks like that's going to be on East, Ken.
Yeah, we've got a sideline warning actually against East.
Okay, well that won't hurt them. That's just a warning, so they're going to keep the ball, get the first down.
Yeah, play counts, little slot pass to Jackson.
So now the Hawks are sitting at the 27-yard line and looking like they're marching down the field after that onside kick. So if you were late to the broadcast, East kicked off with a onside kick. Andy Vogelman grabs it. It looked like almost a set play. Andy's actually in motion right now, and he's having quite a year, too, with some catches. There's a run to number 24.
Getting a handoff to Ryder Hooks. Hooks right up the middle. And, Dave, that's the difference between this year's Hawks team and last year's Hawks team is last year's Hawks team, you're going to predict the run up the middle. So you're playing a couple men in the box. This year, you have to respect the pass before the run. So
and they go right to it. Quick offense here, right back to Hook. He looks left, looks right, jukes up through the middle. Gains a couple looking for that first down. And looks like they're going to get it as the referees wave on the chain crew down.
A good little stutter step here after JT gives the ball to Hooks. He kind of stutter steps right here. You can see looking for his hole, and all he needs is 2.
Yep.
So he gets the yardage right there.
Probably could have dove in there and got that yardage too with that opening there.
First down the Hawks inside the red zone.
Inside the red zone early, we like to see that. As we were just saying, you know, this is a big chance with the schedule coming up to flip this season, going in the right direction. Kitness throws it over to Vogelman. Vogelman takes it out of bounds. Andy with a nice pickup there.
And go for about 6 over the left flat. Kitna with a little button hook move there. We're going to see this again. You see Kitna, watch his eyes. He kind of looks away for a little bit. Well, we lost the replay there, but he looks to the other side and then knows Kitna's going to be coming that way. So,
and Vogelman becoming one of JT's favorite targets. Andy's got 122 yards already this year. Zion Neal definitely is his favorite with 23 catches, 257 yards. And so we'll keep a lookout on both of those gentlemen out there. Split on the wide receiver. Andy goes in motion again, fakes it over to him. TJ got a handful of people in his face. Now he needs to just get rid of it. And luckily he's got a receiver over there. Gets it past the line of scrimmage and avoids the big sack.
Yeah, JT does a good job of getting rid of the football there, having the awareness to know you're not going to complete that pass, you're not going to be able to run. So you just throw it over the heads and out of bounds. I mean, good job scrambling, good field awareness there as well.
And as you were talking about the offense here, we'll pick this up eventually on the sideline with the camera, but they got cards and everything they're throwing out here. I see holding up behind the play callers on the sideline. So big difference for these young men here at Lakota East, as they are now 3rd and short as they hand off to Hook. He goes up, finds a little crease, driving those legs, and he's going to be real close to another first down.
Yeah, they're going to give him the extra effort there. He did a good job staying on his feet, extra couple hops and leans forward, knew exactly where the chains were. So Ryder Hooks with the first down, and Hawks have the ball inside the 10.
Another first down for the Hawks as I see Derek Williams comes in at the wide receiver position, number 11.
Yeah, much different look for the Hawks, and getting a score here at home in a game you can compete in is going to be really important for them to not come away empty here.
As Kitna is back in the shotgun, turns around, looks, throws to the corner, looking for number 1, gets drugged down a little early. Nothing there.
Yeah, Neal went up for it. I don't know if that ball was catchable. Good defense by the Fairfield Indians, number 15, Tez Gwynn on the coverage, as well as can't tell what other
here we'll see the replay
number that is there, but you know that ball was thrown pretty high. Good defense, but JT Kitna put it in a spot that only his receiver
absolutely
get, so
put it. That's his favorite, like we were just saying, and he put it in a spot only he could catch it, and so they live for another day. 2nd down, and now he fakes the handoff, finds Vogelman, touchdown Hawks.
Nice play call. Everybody was looking Neal's way, and Kitna spun around and found Vogelman wide open in the end zone.
They've been running Andy in that motion and missing him, and catch early here. We'll see the replay, Ken.
Yeah, see Kitna right here, and Vogelman just spins off to the left, and there wasn't anyone within 4 or 5 yards of him.
No one near him, and he had Williams out there sealing it off too if he needed a block, and he just walks into the end zone untouched. So
Matthew Herr on to attempt the extra point for the Hawks. Left-footed kicker out of Herr. I think they're short.
I think we're short one, and Coach Kitna's got his hands up screaming, hold up, you got time. Still got about 8 seconds left on the play clock here. Snap, hold, down, up, and it's good with Vogelman on the hold. So Andy catches it, he puts the hold down, and we're up 7-0.
Great first drive for the Hawks. You know, you're kicking off, and you wind up with the ball, a short field, and you score. So exactly what the doctor ordered for Lakota East at home here on Friday night. Great start, scripted exactly perfect.
Absolutely. You see the sidelines there, Coach Kitna smiling. It's like exactly the way he drew it up. And they take the early 7-0 lead. And now we'll see what that defense can do. Defense has struggled a little bit.
We're going to watch this touchdown again, Dave. And as you can see right here, Andy had enough time just to gather it in and stepped into the end zone completely wide open. One more time. Yeah,
he goes in motion there, stops, spins it back. You know, the whole series he's been coming all the way across, and he just reaches it around, shows his friend, touchdown.
Big JoJo Baker there Fairfield in the face of Kitna, but Kitna avoids his big paw. Easy touchdown play.
And I know you'll get back to this later, Ken. The offensive line did their job that series. We'd like to talk a lot about the offensive line. We've done that for years with the law firm that they had here for several years, the Fairfield Twins. And, now there's a whole new law firm out there that is starting to set up there in the trenches. Another onside kick, but this time Fairfield sees it and swallows that up. So
that's a gutsy move.
2 times in a row might be one too many, and they're going to get good field position here out of the 48-yard line, as Fairfield was not fooled on that one.
Yeah, I'm curious what they've seen on film from Fairfield. A couple times in a row. That's, you go to the well once, shame on you, twice.
Yeah, Hurst trying to get that big bounce too, it just didn't get it right. And there again, Vogelman's behind that. You saw he was trying to skip it, and usually the nose of that ball will hit and then shoot straight up.
Demir Clark did a great job for Fairfield of just smothering it and staying on the ground until he got touched.
And I think they're going to give them an extra 15 for the hit at the end. So you saw him covered up, a couple Hawks sliding in there hard, and referees are going to throw it out early, and not anything vicious, but Fairfield sets up at now their 30-yard line, number 2, their entire offense last week.
Yeah, Talon Fisher has been the primary ball carrier, passer. He does it all. Great student athlete from what I understand. We're going to watch this again, but he's looking to pass, but nobody's open, and he just splits the line there and runs. But I heard some great things about Talon Fisher last week. I was with one of the Fairfield parents, and they could not say his praises enough on what a great teammate he is and a great supporter of the young players, and he's a great athlete.
I believe he's a 3-year starter there.
4-year
starter.
Starting, absolutely.
And it shows here in his senior year, as we were just saying, how he is the predominant amount of the offense there for Fairfield Indians.
So Talon gets the snap here, and this
little
time
high that time, and the Hawks are on it right away.
Yeah, 90 and 52. That's Nathaniel Bertini and Davis Teague on the tackle. But they expected that and just smothered him. Evan Bradford was in on that tackle as well. So 3rd and 2.
Yep, they
Fairfield
lost a little yardage there, and they'll set back up. 3rd and 2. What do you do? And the Hawks are going to be bringing it, I think, Ken, right here.
Well, they're going to be spying Talon Fisher, obviously,
and that's what I would do. They come to the line hard. He hands off to number 10. He tries to get the corner, and he gets it. So, just as we said, the Indians would maybe run a diversion there, as we see in the replay.
Yeah, Tyler George, last 2 games, George had 2 carries in each of those games. Fisher had over 20 in each of those. And George, right there, as we predicted, just escapes the tackle of the diving Connor Cruz.
You saw all the Hawks come into the line of scrimmage there on that replay, anticipating Fisher to keep the ball. So he goes back, makes a throw, connects, and gets it out down to the 14-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Indians.
Nice little pitch and catch. Moser Connor on the catch, senior tight end for Fairfield. And that's a big target. Fisher, all he has to do is put it in the vicinity. He's got big target, big hands, wide open, and just bolts forward. So both teams with the short field here in the first quarter. Hawks got the ball in the 36 and went in and scored. Fairfield wound up after the penalty with the ball in the 36.
Set play there, as you saw in that last one, where Fisher just dropped back, got rid of that ball right away. Now he goes back to the well with number 10.
Tyler George with his 2nd carry, matching what he did in the last 2 games. So,
yeah. So I think the Fairfield Indians probably noticed that on the stat sheet like we did, a little unbalanced there offense. So.
Yeah, real simple A gap, just can your line beat their line?
Yep. And we're hoping our D-line can step up tonight and do their thing, as it's now 2nd and about 5 from the 9. And Fisher fakes, hand, keeps it, pulls it out, goes right up the middle.
Virtually untouched, right up the middle.
So now I think they got the Hawks thinking a little bit with a couple of handoffs, like you were saying, Ken, where George gets the ball twice at the same time he got it the whole time last game there. He fakes it and pulls it back out of his belly and goes right up the middle, pretty much untouched.
That's just a decision by Fisher. You know, he's got to read the defensive linebacker. In that case, it was Marvin Richter, who's a great tackler for the Hawks. Oh. But are they going for 2 here, Dave?
Nope. They just they looked like they were setting up, but Fisher's the holder there too. So
McGuire
gets a
Jr.
snap up, and I think that's going to make it down the middle, and we got a tie ball game.
So East comes down and scores, and Fairfield answers. So 2 0-3 teams chomping at the bit to play one another this week. I'm sure both these teams had this game on their schedule, not thinking they can win, but thinking they can compete. And that's exactly what these 2 teams are doing. Early on, they're competing with one another.
Absolutely, Ken. You know, when you go to the stat sheet here for these first 3 games, and these 2 teams come in statistically pretty close on defense, both ranked 9 and 10 for defense overall conference. Defensive rushing, 9 and 10. Defensive passing, 7 and 8. And so statistically, right there, matching up with each other, and as we can see on the scoreboard, matching up with each other 7-7.
Yeah, so we'll see Fairfield winds up kicking it deep, or they're going to take a page out of the East playbook and do that. But
we've got some visitors in the booth here, Ken, hanging out here. Mr.
Absolutely.
Todd Upton.
Every booth beside us is having a party, so we might as well. So Fairfield set to kick off, and this time they do kick it deep. Back to return for the Hawks is number 6, Zion Jones-Anderson, I believe.
Zion Jones-Anderson, you are correct. He has a nice little return here. And something the Hawks have done pretty well, Ken, is on the kick return. They've got good numbers on the kick return, as we see here in the replay. Nice good kick by Fairfield inside the 5, probably about down to the 4-yard line. And he's going to get about 10, 15, 18, almost 20 yards. That's not bad for a decent return.
Keeps his feet moving. He's got good hands there. If he drops that goes in the end zone, and that's just disastrous. So see if the Hawks can re-answer.
And Zion's been averaging 9 yards. Neal's been averaging right around 14 yards for kickoff return. So
Vogelman goes in motion, Kitten in shotgun. JT Kitten looks Vogelman's way, spins around.
Nice spin out to avoid the sack on the backside.
Scampers around the end, opposite bootleg for about 3 yards. Now he was looking Vogelman's way the whole time, which, it's going to eye
nice
on
spin
the
right
defense there. But good spin, good awareness, and gets out of bounds so he doesn't have to take the hit.
Not crazy about him carrying that ball out there in the front, but I'm sure if the defenders come, I hope he's tucking that. I'm sure his dad has taught them that well. So now Kitten hands it off and looking out to the right hand. Fairfield stringing it out. Nice strong run, but he just can't get north and south to turn it up.
Yeah, nowhere for Hooks to run. Hooks is staying even with the line. Fairfield corners did a great job of containment there. Safeties came in and contained. The corners contained. And we're going to see this again here. Hooks keep looking for a hole. Good block by the receivers there. And just great containment by the defense.
He stiff arms 2 guys to get away, but just can't get any help to be able to turn it upfield to get some ground. If he had 1 block out there, Ken, he would have got some decent positive yards as he runs strong there.
Escaped the tackle of Tyler George, and then E.J. Butler finally brought him down. So 3rd and long for the Hawks.
Tight end goes in motion now. A couple of swinging routes. Jamison ducks that one and throws it low, and I believe out of bounds to avoid the loss of yardage there. And that's going to bring up 4th down and long.
Diving attempt for Derek Williams. Not sure if he caught it, but he was out of bounds either way. But, that little tough on the blocking there. Fairfield's pressure got to him, 34, right through the line.
So that's twice now.
Dave Boggs.
Twice someone's broke through the line and pressured Kitna. He's back. Looks like he's calling it. It's going to go to Andy Vogelman for the punt.
Oh, shanked it.
And Andy gets one off the side of his foot. Something that the Hawks have been playing around with, I noticed. They got using 3 different guys to punt so far. And
just got off the side of the foot. We're going to watch this again here. And everybody's set. Vogelman just goes off the right side of his right foot. and goes out of bounds. That's going to be a net of about 10-yard punt. So another good starting field position for Fairfield. And they showed with this short field, they were able to score pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm sure Andy would like that one back. But they've been using him. They've been using her, the kicker. And they got another one in here, too, that they've been using.
Too, didn't they?
Yes.
So Fairfield, Talon Fisher back at the helm in shotgun formation. He's got George in the backfield with him.
He puts it in his belly, pulls it back out, looking for long down the middle, and overthrows his man. Thank goodness, because he was behind the defenders, Ken, and that would have been 6 real quick.
Yeah, Darian Prophet.
Little play action here,
got through
Ken.
there. I think the linebackers came up, and that allowed Prophet to just get the seam in the middle, split both safeties. And he was open, and Talon just missed him.
Yep, he was open. He threw a nice ball, just a little too long, and thank goodness for the Thunderhawks, or that would have been 6 on the board real quick. But hey, if I give hats off to the Fairfield, that's an old Peyton Manning thing. You get the ball back after a short field or a bad play. Boom, hit them right where it hurts, go long right away, and Fairfield Indians try it, but come up short. Now it's 2nd and 10. As Fisher's back in the shotgun, this time he hands it off.
Tyler George,
again.
Swallows up Tyler George.
And the D-line does their job there.
Good tackling by Cole Miranda, as well as, I'm not sure who else was in there, but gang tackled. We're going to see this again. We're going to see the handoff right to Tyler George. And the D-line just does a good job of shedding their blocks, getting in there, 58 and 34.
96 had the big swallow up around the hips.
Wyatt Pleasant, I'm not sure who 96 is. Evan Bradford as well. We've called Evan Bradford's name a few times. Having a good game, so 3rd and 7. They did wind up giving forward progress there for 3 yards.
So Hawks need to try to shut him down here. This is a big 3rd down, Ken, as Fisher's in the backfield all by himself. Zips one right across the middle to a wide open receiver, and he's going to scamper right down the center of the field for a touchdown. So 3rd and long, where we were looking to try to shut it down and make him punt the ball here. And the Indians split the Hawks defense and go for 6.
Yeah, we're going to see this again. Fisher Noah King in the slot receiver spot just comes easy slant route. And safeties came up, corners came up, and no Hawks to be found in that camera shot. So
here it is from the DB's point of view. It's he's back there by himself, no running back. It was a run or a pass play the whole time, and it only took him about 2 or 3 seconds to set his feet and throw that right down the middle.
And I don't know if it was missed coverage, but there were 5 receivers in that formation, so they went four wide with the slot. So I don't know if somebody didn't know who they were going to cover, but good recognition by Fisher. And 14-7, Fairfield tacks on the extra point, I believe.
Yes, they did, and they'll go up 14-7. So what looked like a promising start for the Hawks, got the onside kick, drove down, scored, tried the onside kick again, gave Indians good field position plus a penalty, and they take it down and march and get a touchdown, and then kickoff. We get a bad punt, and 3 plays, and they're in the end zone.
Yeah, the shank punt definitely didn't help the Hawks' cause for the battle of field position here. Neither team has been on their own end of the field on offense yet. Both teams have had every possession. Well, I guess the Hawks were in their own end after the kickoff.
Right.
But other than that, we've had 3 different possessions where the offense has started on the defensive side of the field, and those have resulted in all 3 touchdowns.
A couple of shots there. The fans, looks like the Fairfield cheering blocks over there in their Hawaiian garb tonight as they're starting to fill it in here in this first quarter. 14-7 as the Indians kick off deep, and again goes over to that corner about the 2-yard line, and Hawks will bring it up.
Jones Anderson scampers ahead and gets to about the 20.
Yeah. So both times down there to that corner to Jones Anderson, and he gets about 20-yard return. And the Hawks are set up here, 1st and 10.
Pretty action-packed first quarter for.
Absolutely.
We didn't quite know what to expect because you do play good opponents the first 3 weeks, and do you have the capability to score? Hawks showed they could with the short field. Fairfield shows with an 0-3 record they can score as well. So we're in for a shootout here.
I'm hoping so, and I'm hoping our defense will step up here and do some shutdowns on the Indians and control Fisher as the whole entire defensive line jumps off sides there for Fairfield, and Hawks are going to get a free 5 out of that.
Yeah, good hard count by Kitna. A little different formation for the Hawks. 2 running back formation, which we haven't seen yet in this game. I can't speak for the other games, but good hard count by Kitna and give him 5 free yards, a little more breathing room out of the shadow of the end zone.
So now he's in the shotgun.
Again, with running backs flanked on either side of him.
As he hands off, goes over the left-hand side. And they'll gain some positive yardage there. About 3 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 1, maybe.
Yeah, that was Carter Jones on the carry, a freshman who's dressing on Friday night. Good, strong running back, Carter Jones. A lot of promise for these Hawks.
As now the Hawks set back up.
Still in that full house backfield.
Full house backfield, JT in the middle there. As they change the play as it comes in from the sidelines now. Fake handoff goes misdirection to the left-hand side to...
There's Carter Jones again, the freshman.
Carter Jones, and I think he's going to lose yardage there. So Carter Jones, the freshman running back, we'll see here. And the misdirection goes left, and
looked like the trailing running back was behind him, possibly setting up a potential pitch flip, which I think the Hawks have done in the past. Little option pitch there, bringing back shades of yesteryear.
Yep. There's a late substitution here by the Hawks. A couple of those so far with personnel, so they need to get that all figured out. As there's a quick throw over, and to number 11, he's going to try to muscle his way to the chains, and I think he just made it, Ken.
Yeah,
and I see him waving them on, so it's going to be 1st down, Hawks.
Pitch and catch to Derek Williams. And did a good job of keeping his feet moving until he got to the 1st down marker there. So JT getting a nice little soft float out to Williams. Had to jump to get it.
Yeah, it looks like that's a set play. I see offensive lineman out there for that screen. So that was a good call to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
So Hawks directly to the line. Then they look over to the sideline for the signal.
Split wide right over here. Hands it back off
That's
to number
Hooks.
24 to Hooks. And he gets spun around by the shoulder pads.
Ryder Hooks gets about a yard, maybe 2 on that carry. Back to their standard handoff there. Hawks being a little more conservative. You know, they a little more ball control, a little more couple yards at a time versus going downfield for the whole thing.
And looking at the books, you know, the Coach Kidna runs a pretty balanced offense, right? Pretty equal number of passing attempts as there is rushing. So not surprising here as now there's a quick throw out to that tight end 84, and he's got some blockers if he can go north and south now.
Yeah, nowhere to go. Derek Jackson just ran side to side, running east to west rather than north to south. We're going to see this again. Easy little pass to get him out on the flat, and good block by Hooks. But then,
he needed to come right off the back of Hooks' backside there and shoot that gap. And
Tyler George, who does play both ways for Fairfield, in on the tackle.
So not a bad play there, right? Didn't get great results. Again, little learning there. So we'll watch that.
Empty backfield for Kidna. Now Hooks comes to his side. Kidna's dropping back. He's looking deep.
Go deep for Vogelman, and he loses his footing, and I think that was going to be beyond his reach anyway, as we see a flag down in the backfield. That's usually holding, Ken?
Yeah, I would imagine
that
Fairfield's going to decline it if it is, because they've got Hawks 3rd and 9. That is holding on the Hawks, and Fairfield is going to decline the penalty. Well, that's going to bring up another punt attempt for the Hawks. Probably what Fairfield wants after Andy's last punt here.
Yeah, the Hawks really need to move the chains again and switch the field here, but unfortunately not going to happen here with 4th and 9 now, and Vogelman is back to punt. As gets a little bit better foot underneath that one, wobbling up and over. Hopefully he gets a decent bounce, as there's a struggle block over there.
Yeah, interesting that there's no flag on that. That looked like they were both entangled with one another, but the officials thought it was clean. And again, Fairfield's only going to have to go half the field.
Yeah, that just barely making it to about the 49-yard line, it looks like.
So tonight is Future Hawks night. They were going to have it 2 weeks ago in the sweltering heat. And so we've got lots of Future Hawks in the stands, a lot of elementary students. They had a parade beforehand. They got to greet the team in a mini little huddle as the team comes in from the front gates now. They drive the bus around. There's some of our Future Hawks there in the stands.
Yeah, that is a different twist to having the team coming in from the main entrance there as Fisher takes that, goes quarterback sneak the whole way, and he's still going to get 9, maybe 10 out of that.
Yep, he's going to be just short of the first down, about 9.5 yards. So second and very short for Fairfield. You wonder if they're going to run that slant play again, given the opportunity here, because in third or fourth down, they just need an inch. But Fisher right there, burst of speed. Talon Fisher, from what I understand, wants to go to the Naval Academy. Not sure if he wants to play football there or not, but like I said, I heard so many great things about that athlete.
Yep, that's what I heard too. Naval Academy, visited there. A friend's son just graduated there last year. Great place to be as Fisher airs one out down the right-hand side again and just misses his target, but he had the defenders beat again, Ken.
Yeah, Darian Prophet, who caught a ball earlier, had the sideline, and that's the play to do it on, Dave. It's second and very short. You're in 4-down territory here, so you only need that inch on the next 2 downs. But he had Jones Anderson beat on that, just overthrew him by a little bit. Excellent camera work by our crew here, our volunteer crew. Appreciate you guys there.
Absolutely. Shout out to that Westchester Cable. We appreciate them for airing these games out to the community. So click on that link and like the Westchester Cable guys for providing these great shots on these evenings for some free football.
So a short pass there by Fisher at the feet of his receiver, Prophet. And it's going to bring up fourth. And
4th and 1, Ken. I'm going to think that the Indians are going with this all the way. I'm looking over here in the coach's booth next to us, and they look like they're pretty well set for a 4th and 1 play here.
Yeah, and they knew that by throwing the ball on third that was the play that was going to be run. So Fisher most likely is going to just
he hands it off, and I don't know if he made it. That's going to be a tough one. Is that going to be a right foot or a left foot spot? And they're going to get the left foot spot, and they're going to hold them. On 4th and 1, the defense digs in, and that's what the Hawks needed, Ken, right there.
Yeah, huge stop by the defensive line here. And got Osner with the tackle.
And big number 94, I'm going to say right there, and the linebacker 34 comes in.
Yeah, Marcus Osner, 94, and then 34 was in there as well, like you said, Cohen Reap. But great job of the read that's going to go to George. So with 31 seconds left, the Hawks have the ball.
So big defensive stop, one that the Hawks really needed, and there's a handoff up the middle. He goes in, ball comes out, but luckily pops right up in front of him, and he grabs his own. Hooks.
Yeah, Ryder Hooks, we're going to see this again. Ryder Hooks getting through the line there, and I don't know if somebody got a hand on it or what happened, but there's a whole lot of Indians there. Yep, somebody got the helmet on the ball, and Hooks looked it back in. That's going to end the quarter here, I believe. 4 seconds left. Not sure we're going to get another snap off.
I don't think they'll get this one off either, Ken. So I think we're going to come short here of getting this play off, and we're going to end the first quarter. Fairfield Indians 14, your Lakota Thunderhawks 7.
Westchester wants to know, how do I rent the barn?
Well, Mulhauser Barn is a rental facility that Westchester owns. It was actually originally built in 1881, but the Westchester Township acquired it in 2008, and now we use it as a rental facility for weddings, graduation parties, any event you can think of. It's a seasonal facility open from April 1st through November 15th because there's no heating or air conditioning. You can find more information on availability, pricing, and scheduling a tour to visit Mulhauser Barn at westchesteroh.org. If you have a question about Westchester Wants to Know, visit any of our social media or visit our website.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hawks Nest here in Liberty Township, Lakota East High School. And Ken, boy, do we have a good one going so far, as the Hawks are down 7, but 14 to 7. It's been a great first quarter between these two.
Yeah, quite the action-packed first quarter. Started the game off with an onside kick. Tried another onside kick. Gave Fairfield a short field 2 times in a row. They wound up scoring on there.
And a little
East with a good stop on the last possession, and now they have the ball at the 45.
So they're going right to left now. There goes Hooks around the left-hand side. He's got some space. And, boy, number 20 for the Indians shut that down quick, Ken, because I saw a lot of green there initially. And number 20 shot out of there and shut it down.
Yeah,
so
Demir Clark for Fairfield with a great read on that handoff, but not until after Hooks got the first down. East is to the line quick.
Yep.
And they look over to the sideline again, get the play.
Got to the line quick, but now they settle down.
Hand signals and cards.
Hands it off to Hook again. He goes up. There's a big hanky coming out there as his head got spun around on a face mask.
Yep, should be a 15-yard variety if that's what the call is.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a 15er because I saw his whole helmet spin around as they went with the quick handoff again.
So that's going to give the Hawks outstanding field position on their first down here.
You'll see the replay, Ken, as JT's back there, hands off quick, puts it in there. Good blocking, not too bad. Finds a hole in there, gets a big handful of face mask and spins him completely around on the 15-yard variety. So 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line the Hawks set up. And boy, Ken, they really need to drive this ball down and put it in the end zone. As Kitna drops back, looks around, surveys, finds his man in the middle of the field. That's number 84. It's been his favorite target of the night so far.
Yeah, Derek Jackson, and Dave, it seems like it's a different receiver who's been the favorite target each time. Week 2, it was Zion Neal. Last week, it was Andy Vogelman. This week, it tends to be Derek Williams.
You see Kitna there had time, set his feet, stepped up in the hole, fired a great ball to big number 84 there, the junior tight end.
So a lot of confidence here by this Hawks offense right now. Their line's blocking well.
And now Kitna's looking to run for his life here as he throws one way out of bounds. And I apologize that he's a senior. Jackson's a senior tight end, as Kitna smartly just gets rid of that ball. And you can see that's a lot of coaching right there. A lot of kids would have ate that ball or thrown it as intentional grounding. But we know that JT's getting some great coaching from Coach and Dad John Kitna on how to handle those situations. So he floats one out of bounds, down by his receiver, and we'll reset up.
Right as I said, the line was doing their great job blocking. They let the whole house through, but just one play there. Kitna in the shotgun formation. And
that's the way it goes for us up here sometimes. 2 seconds left on the play clock. He does get it off over to Hooks. Hands off again, and the mix of plays has been working with the pass to the run. I mean,
yeah, you don't know what to expect, which is different for teams preparing for East for years. You know, you'd prepare for the run, and maybe you'd see a pass once in a while. This year, Rooks is a workhorse right now, sophomore running back.
Yeah,
Doesn't
young
quite have
kid.
the size, but look at both running backs they're using here. They're young.
Yep,
so you
young.
got a sophomore and a freshman. Kitna's a junior.
Junior.
You know, you're learning a lot each week as you go.
Yep.
So
Vogelman is a junior out there, and the wide receiver Smith. Now this looks like a run play all the way by Kitna as he turns it up, and he's going to get a couple of positive yards, and he's going to bring up 4th and short. So here comes 4th and 2.
4th and 2. Last week they did kick a field goal, but I think they're a little more hungry this week against Fairfield.
Yeah, I think Coach Kitna thinks he's got the right plays to be able, and the personnel to be able to drive 2 yards here, as they got trips right, split left, one in the backfield.
Shotgun formation. You see a lot of high school teams go under center, 4th and short, but
Got
a lot
man
of
in
college
motion.
and pro teams do go shotgun.
As we
Sit
go
in
to
the back
quick
to pass.
out to Hook, and he gets blown up right on the catch, and I think he's going to be short, Ken. I think he got a yard of the 2,
Yep,
and
he
that's
got,
it.
Got half of what he needed there. And that's tough. You know, what we're used to seeing from East is 4th and 2. You just run your fullback up the middle.
Right.
But different look for the Hawks here. In shotgun formation, little drop back, and unfortunately Hook's just a little short. But Fairfield in their worst field
I
position
would have liked to
of
seen
the day.
a draw play there as well, as Hooks is running the ball, right? Everybody expecting the pass, dropping back, put it in his belly. That one, Hooks had to kind of climb the ladder a little bit to bring that one down, and didn't have really a chance to get his shoulder pads turned to even drive to get that extra yard. He got hit right on the play, so now looks like Fisher keeps it but doesn't go very far around.
A good containment by the Hawks defense there. 22, Marvin Richter, linebacker, just ran him out of bounds.
And as the sun comes back out, right into the press box. In our furthest vantage point there in that far corner, making it a little tough right now, as looks like it'll be 2nd and 12 now after the loss with Fisher's run. There you see the score, 14-7, hoping really the Hawks really needed to convert that 4th down to keep the ball and drive this in. And now there's a great open field tackle by number 20 of the Hawks.
Yeah, Fisher, a little left-hand sling to Connor
Cruz.
Moser. And eaten all up by Connor Cruz. So Connor with the catch, Connor with the tackle.
Yep.
Makes it 3rd and long for Fairfield.
Here you see it looked like Fisher wanted to go to another option and didn't have it there, and tries to stiff arm him, but Cruz goes underneath it, makes a great open field tackle.
That's a tough
setting
throw.
up 3rd and long now, and that was a big play for the Hawks right there to keep the Indians back towards the end zone here.
Yeah, tough throw for Fisher, left-handed going to his right side, and that allowed Connor Cruz to get a good read on the receiver.
Fisher
to make
drops
the tackle.
back, gets some time, they flush him out. He's got a lot of room to run. Is he going to make it up the sidelines? He's going to get pushed out early, and he's going to come up short, Ken. It's going to be 4th down. And I think it's going to be about a good 3 to 4 yards to go.
Yeah, Hawks getting the defensive stop.
Here we see on the replay, Ken, that had some good containment. The Hawks break through it, start chasing him. And Fisher tries to turn the wheels on, and he just can't get it turned up. Slips a little bit there at the sidelines and goes out of bounds after about a 4-yard gain. There's Coach Kitten on the sideline looking in.
So
There's
Dorian
the snap.
Soriano to punt.
There's the punt.
Fairfield's
Gets a
first
nice punt up.
Good punt.
And it's going to land right about the 45, 44-yard line, and Andy Vogelman's going to fair catch that.
So good battle of field position here for the Hawks.
And this young man, you know, was in every play, didn't see a lot of the ball. Andy didn't. Like I said, know him pretty well there. And boy, he's all over the field now, right? Punt returning, punting, catching, holding. So great to see him really involved in the game, having a lot of fun and enjoying football. That's what it's all about.
So Hawks with very good field position in Fairfield territory.
So there's a quick handoff to Hook again, off the left-hand side. He's going to get nice yardage.
Yep, Ryder Hooks gets about 8 on that carry. Good block there by Dominic Horrig Jr., as well as Nick Frisch, who seems like he's been here forever. I guess there's 8 straight years of Frisch's here.
And Kidna gets right back up to the line of scrimmage quick. And this time, Hook's going to have nowhere to go and runs backwards unadvisedly and loses everything that he gained on the last play and then some.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to go up and slide down and take the hit right about there.
Yep.
But thinks he can get away. You know, you can get away from that in Pee Wee.
Right.
But on
Not
Friday
at the
night,
Varsity.
that's a tough job getting away. So he loses 7 on that. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, some of these guys are a little bit bigger, faster at the varsity level at 17, 18 years old. As you saw those sun rays beaming now as just getting underneath the cloud cover, getting a great sunset, but unfortunately just right in our eyes in the booth here as Kitna's back and the shotgun goes, throws a nice ball over again to big number 84. And I think he's going to be long enough for a first down.
Yeah, nice route by Derek Jackson.
Jackson playing really well tonight. And as you said, Ken, Kidna's had a new favorite each game, and tonight it's number 84. As you see the replay here, he fakes the handoff, sets the feet, runs a quick, nice route, like you said. I mean, Kidna's not back there very long, and he's already 14, 16 yards down the field for a first down.
Merrick McDonald, offensive tackle for the Hawks, did a nice job giving Kidna the extra protection he needed as well on that last block.
Kidna
back
shotgun.
to pass. He's going deep.
Goes deep into this left-hand corner. Has got a man looking for Vogelman again. And just can't connect up with Andy on that second touchdown for the night as he has the first one.
Going to see this again here, and Kidna all by himself in the backfield. Again, good protection by the Hawks.
Plenty of time to set the feet, and just goes, here's come right into your living room here, just a little too deep. And Fairfield with some good coverage. The defender was right there, stride for stride. Andy would have had the fought for that one.
I'm impressed by Jackson Billingsley, junior offensive tackle as well, offensive guard, I mean.
Yeah, the line has done their duty at times, and then at times they've kind of had a little leak, and JT's had to run for his life a few times, but so far so good. As far as overall balance is there, you see a good shot of the O-line there. They don't get their due diligence, but as I said earlier, Ken, we know you always give a good shout out. We try to take care of the O-line, number 70, 75, 60 in there, 77, 71, there they are, standing shoulder to shoulder. And here you see a great view of them battling in the trenches, opening up a little gap there for Hook to drive through and get some positive
Hooks
yardage.
is just trying to duck under them all.
Yeah.
As big as those guys are. So here's Kidna with a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7, manageable.
As he drops back again, looks, he's got room to run. He's going to throw it out there, though. Hanky goes up, I see, but he finds number 11.
Good catch by Derek Williams, junior receiver. See what the penalty is. I think it's going to be on Fairfield. Nope.
Coach Kidna out there with his hands wide open asking. Going to call ineligible downfield.
84 downfield, but he was the tight end. He must have been covered up by somebody else.
He must have been
allowed to do that. I'd like to see that formation again.
Yeah, Coach Kidna is not happy with it, whatever formation he put in there.
So 84 was on the line uncovered. I don't know
I don't even see. I don't even see him.
He was in the picture down at the bottom.
There he is, way downfield there, but yeah, I didn't see where he was on the replay. He was at the bottom left there.
Yeah, and it looked legal to me.
Yeah, Coach was definitely agreeing with you, Ken, on that one, and that's a big change for the Hawks as that sets them back now. 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 when they had a first down. As JT looking around. Going to come swinging over. He's got a lot of green over here, Ken. He's going to run for the sidelines and reach out right at the big X, and he think he might have just picked it up. And
Tez Gunn ran him out of bounds, but they're bringing this one back on a holding call.
Oh.
And the Hawks just self-imploding right now on back-to-back penalties here.
I heard them call 77 on this one. We'll see. There's a little bit high snap.
That's
does a play action fake. Takes a slap to the head, 77 does. They missed that one. As he gets in there, he's got a hands in on the jersey. And right there. Yep.
There he pulled it.
He had to let go right there. So he was fine with them inside there, right? Inside the chest, but once the defender starts to spin away, you got to let him go there. So now going over to the sideline as Kidna goes for a quick hitch.
Elijah Perry. And Perry has nowhere to run, but Hawks go from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 22 in a matter of seconds.
With 2 first downs called back. As here we'll see that quick hitch. They got a lot of bodies over there blocking too. They got 3 blockers out there. How they didn't progress and open up, just not well executed by the Hawks on that one.
Good tackle by Marcus Tiedemann.
As Fairfield Indians ate that up, as now we go to Andy for a kick. Andy gets a good boot on this one maybe a little too much on that one as it goes into the end zone. So that's the one he's been looking for. And he gets a good foot in that one and kicks that one about 48, 49 yards, but into the end zone, and it'll come back out to the 20-yard line.
So as the sun sets here on a Friday night, we've got a 14-7 game. Beautiful crowd, beautiful stadium here. 3.5 minutes left of the second quarter, the first half. Here's the crowd on the Hawk side. Future Indians supporting their hometown team. And Talon Fisher back for Fairfield.
As he hands it off, they go off the left-hand side looking for some room, and then big number 51 shuts it down for Lakota. Holloman, the linebacker.
Yeah, Ezekiel Holloman has been one of the leading tacklers for the Hawks. We haven't called his name yet. But another handoff to Tyler George. So.
Yeah, Tyler George getting a workout. He's seen more action in this first half than he has, like you said, all game. So, but big 51 linebacker holds him in there. So there's a shot from our end zone as Fisher's back there in the shotgun all by himself. Quarterback sneak all the way. I think the lineman just ate that one up too, as he was just trying to surge forward to try to get them a first down. And it's going to bring up 3rd and short.
3rd and about 2. That's a tall order for Fisher. He's got anyone who's a possible blocker besides the line out wide.
Yeah.
So you want the Hawks to think pass, but with the run, he only has the natural O-line blockers and nothing extra. No running backs, no receivers blocking. So
yeah,
that's a tall order for a quarterback.
Empty backfield there. I'm surprised our linebacker backed out of there, right? Thought he'd be the free man in there to go really hit him good. So now goes back to Fisher. He goes off to the left-hand side with blocking in front of him this time, and he's going to get real close to those sticks and might have a first down for the Indians.
Yep, got it out.
Yep, I see the hand waving them down. The chain gang's going to move. Now it's going to be first down Indians. So with 3:31, that would have been a nice stop right there, Ken, to try to get the ball back here. But unfortunately, the Hawks aren't going to be able to get it done, because that would have definitely forced the Indians to punt where they were and have just a little over 2 minutes left with all your timeouts. Would have seen a little 2-minute drill there out of Coach Kitna.
So Fairfield with the ball, minute 50 left in the half.
As
they're looking for the long
Fisher goes back.
drive.
He goes deep down the middle and misses his target. Now that's what, about the 3rd or 4th time where he's gone deep to stretch the defense, but a little too deep over his receivers. But the scary thing is almost every time they've been behind the East defenders.
Yeah, Darian Prophet out there, and not horrible coverage by Richter. Was that Richter? Who is that?
32.
That's Nick Miller.
Nick Miller, yep.
Junior defensive back.
So split wide to the right and 4 receivers. Fisher's running around looking for some space, and he's going to find the out of bounds after getting about 2 or 3 yards.
Cohen Reap single-handedly was responsible for that. You saw Reap was looking blitz there. They picked it up, so he bounced off. Keep your eye on 34 here, Dave. Look at him come up.
Yep,
gets blocked, so then he backs up, spins around, and then chases Fisher out of bounds.
Great play that time by number 34. Like you said, blitz, took out 2 O-line, spun out, and then put the chase on. So 3rd down with a minute 36 left here, and the Hawks really got to shut this down right here, Ken, as Indians go trip right, 1 left, single set back. Fisher calls for the ball. It's dropping back, looking to throw the whole way as he zips one over here towards the sidelines, and it's going to be off the fingertips of number 11 for the Indians.
Connor Moser couldn't pull it in, and that's going to force a punt by the Indians. Hawks are going to get the ball back one more time here in the first half. One more time.
Would have liked to seen that in the last series, to put a little more time on the clock and see a little more of that 2-minute drill, but with a minute 36 and 3 timeouts, it looks like they just put the clock down to 1:31 as Vogelman's back by himself. I'd be setting up the return here, Ken. I'd let him kick it. I'd set up the return, get his best field position as I can, as the Indians push one straight up, and it's going to go short. And we're looking for a Hawk bounce to go the other way, but it goes east and west, so it's going to go out about at the 44-yard line, 43-yard line, so not terrible field position.
That punt had outstanding hang time, just like the first punt did. So I think that's what they're thinking. If he's going to punt it that high, there's no way you're going to be able to return it.
Right.
They're going to fair catch and just get away and let it bounce. But Hawks have the ball, 3 timeouts left, down 7 here in the first half. And we're going to see the 2-minute drill.
Yep, just as you were showing that, or talking about that, Ken, and the replay, it was up out of the screen and back. Now I hear a 15-yard penalty. As you can see, Coach Kitna out there on the field above the score there, putting his hands up, going, what? How can that be?
I don't know what they're...
I didn't see a flag.
Not sure.
I don't know. Maybe the guys catch that on the replay somewhere on the kick, on the punt there. I think they said number 58. But that costs us 15 yards, and now Hook goes running, and the Indians are coming hard. His big number 8 for the Fairfield Indians, Baker JoJo, linebacker, ate that up, and boy, the Hawks are going the wrong direction.
Yeah, we're not sure if that was a personal foul or what, but Hawks are going backwards here in the wrong way, and here's another penalty.
Replay there, Ken, where number 8 just ate Hooks up. So right now the Hawks are just having self-inflicting wounds here, and going
mistake after mistake after mistake. In Fairfield, 3 timeouts as well.
Moving the ball well, but going in the wrong direction.
And if you don't start running plays here, Fairfield's going to use their timeouts. They're going to want the ball back on a
Absolutely.
short field. So
here we thought we were going to get a chance to see the 2-minute drill. Coach Kidna was asking for an explanation. He never did get one. They just yelled over. I think they said 58 on that punt. I have no idea what happened. Nobody was around the ball, so it had to be something away from the ball as he throws over to Vogelman on a quick hitch and go, and Andy gets some positive yardage and at least burn some clock here. And now I think Fairfield is taking their first time out with 3rd and long.
Yeah, so Hawks, or the Fairfield Indians, feel like they can get a stop here as we see this little hitch to Vogelman, who cuts it inside. Does wind up getting a few yards, but Hawks were so far behind the original line of scrimmage with those penalties. You know, Fairfield's wise to take timeouts, because the way we had a bad punt, more penalties. Hawks are going to have to clean that up at halftime. They're going to have to fix some of these issues where they're hurting themselves.
So Andy did gain about 9 yards on that, and got the clock rolling and burns up some time and forces Fairfield to use that timeout. As you saw, a great shot by the camera crew there as the sun is setting, though. Beautiful sunset here in Liberty Township tonight. So now that it's out of our eyes and hitting behind the horizon.
We do want to thank Westchester Cable. Go ahead and like that button. We are streaming on YouTube, we're streaming on Roku, and we're streaming on Fire Stick tonight.
Nice, very nice. So shout out to Westchester Cable TV, the guys down in the truck running everything with the production, and the guys that are all around the stadium here giving you these great shots. None better, Ken, I say, none better for the price you pay to see this game and the shots these guys are able to give us in the replay. So Jamison back again, hands off to Hooker. He comes off the left-hand side. He needs to stay in bounds now, and he does. As he gets positive yardage again, probably about another 10 or 11 yards. And it's going to make it 4th and about 6 as we see the replay here. Coach goes to the handoff, and Big 77 does his job here, drives and drives and drives.
Going to put 2 more seconds on it, but Hooks does a nice job of staying in bounds.
Yep.
Forcing Fairfield to use their 2nd timeout, although on the board it says they only used 1.
I think they are behind here, just resetting the clock as the referee wants 44.4 seconds put on. And I think the guys will catch up with the timeouts, as this is definitely their 2nd timeout.
So 4th and 7, 44 seconds left, and East is going to have to punt.
Unless maybe Coach Kidna might have taken that timeout with 4th down. So I think, yeah, looks like Lakota is short one. So I think that was actually an East timeout to make for sure they know exactly what they're doing, have the right personnel in here for this punt. As Andy gets it up and over, and it's going to go out of bounds somewhere about right at the 50, 49, I'm not for sure.
The ref's going to come back to about the 45 and is going to give Fairfield the half field again.
Yep.
So 40 seconds for Fairfield, 2 timeouts left, and the way they quick strike scored, Hawks have to be cautious that they don't give up another one before the half here.
So again, a little short on the kick there by Vogelman. He'd love to have that one he had the last time, that about 40-something yarder that went in the end zone and pushed the Indians way back. So like you said, 39 seconds, 2 timeouts. Anything's really possible here, Ken. The defense is going to have to really buckle down. Surprised the sideline isn't trying to get the fans going a little bit here.
Seems like a very somber crowd.
Yes, at the Hawks Nest. Would love to hear the crowd cheering up there, giving the boys a little support because they need something here to shut this down. As Fisher stands on his 50-yard line, looks, spin, number big 90 spins out, throws one down the sideline. He's going to have his guy. And, the old catch it and catch it before you run. He was still running, a little behind him, though.
Darian Prophet did get open. He just couldn't haul it in. We're going to see this again go off his fingertips. But good composure by Fisher not to run there, to look for his man downfield, slings the left arm, and Prophet has a step on the defender.
That's number 6.
Jones Anderson.
On Jones Anderson for the East, but that's a catchable ball, and boy, the guys next door in the Fairfield coaching box are not happy with that, as here comes the blitz as Fisher's going to come up through the middle. As he reads that, going to get some good yardage, and
it's going to be enough for the first down.
Going to get the first down, and
so they're going to clock it here. Fisher going to spike it down. They get to the line nicely.
Yep,
Fisher
and that's
spikes
exactly
it down,
what they do.
Saves the timeout. 24 seconds left. Nice run by Talon Fisher right up the middle.
Yep, he read the blitz came, and the Indians were able to pick it up, and then Fisher took off because he knew that linebacker left his spot, so he knew he had some running position. So he got some positive yardage here, as you'll see in the replay. There's the blitz. Middle opens up. He just tucks it. That's a senior quarterback reading what his defense gives him, and his offense picks up for him and picks up the blitzer, and he scampers for the first down, and as it sets up the Indians now with 24 seconds left and a TO. So Fisher double shots that one. Oh, and I thought we were going to see one maybe intercepted as he goes a little high. That was bobbled the snap there, Ken, and he tried to recover quickly and get that out.
Yeah, and Noah King got his hand on it, which lofted the ball a little higher, but no Hawk defender
you see
able to pull that in. But you see King go up and kind of give it a little more hang time.
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe 20 that would jump underneath that, but you saw him bobble it there in his stomach a little bit. He didn't get a good grip of it, and then you could see he kind of threw a little bit of a duck out there behind his receiver. So he'll reset up here at 3rd and 10. Calls for the ball, steps back, looks left, got a lot of time, he's going to fire one deep down the middle. And we got defenders falling down on the play, but luckily, again, over his intended receiver and out of the end zone. So it's going to bring up 4th and 10, and I got a feeling they're going to throw to the end zone one more time here, Ken, with 15 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, you could see a short punt. Fisher has punted the ball twice this year, so you might see like one of those squib punts, and he was just heaving it to,
he had
see
plenty.
if you can get a defensive interference call there.
He had his offensive line gave him plenty of time there, and throw a nice ball down the center.
But they are going to go for it. I would imagine that Fisher's going to run around a little bit, use some clock.
I'm going to shout out to the Indians' offensive line, giving Fisher a lot of times. He throws it short down the middle, takes one big hit, but not a wrap, and he's going to get right to the goal line, and they're going to say he got in? I'm not too for sure about that.
He's done rough there with the catch for Fairfield.
I think that knee's dragging at about the 1 yard line or half yard line there. but the far side ref's going to give him a touchdown. Here comes the replay as he throws it in the middle, and kids at home hit and wrap. There's a big hit, but nothing going.
So
and
Ruff escapes, and he lays the ball over the goal line. Touchdown.
See it here from the end zone cam here. We'll see, Ken, if that knee hit down or if he rolled over top. Bounces off that big hit, and yep.
So really the Hawks have no one to blame for that but themselves.
None but
on the
themselves.
penalties. You know, you can't have that many penalties in a row, pushing yourself back and giving Fairfield half a field to work with.
And you can't throw the ball short in the middle of the field on 4th down, right, and not wrap up that tackle right there. All those Hawk defenders, and he gets around them all and gets all the way down inside the 1 yard line and then drives, right, pushes his way into the end zone.
And you've got 3 touchdowns for Fairfield, and all 3 touchdown drives were only half the field.
Yep. So Hawks are going to have to make an adjustment at halftime to correct that and start making Fisher drive the whole field. But, you know, again, great play call. Offensive line gave him time. Threw a nice ball to the middle of the field. I guess they figured that if they could get it the first down, right, that stops the clock. You can clock it and maybe get a field goal off, but they end up getting 6 points out of it and 7 on the PAT. So 21-7 here with 6.5 seconds left, and the Hawks just dug themselves a little hole.
So Fairfield going to kick it deep here, and they need to stop the Hawks once or twice. Oh, they do short.
They squib kick it. Big bounce to the Hawks, and they're going to run around straight up and down, take a big hit there.
That's going to end the half.
Yep, and that's how the half is going to end on the kickoff. And the Hawks find themselves down 21-7 to the Fairfield Indians.
Hey, Monica.
Hey.
Westchester wants to know, how do I rent the barn?
Well, Mulhauser Barn is a rental facility that Westchester owns. It was actually originally built in 1881, but the Westchester Township acquired it in 2008.
Cirque du Soleil show La Nula. Nexus features the following performers: Rodney Coons on flugelhorn, Max Page on alto saxophone, Anna Mulewison on flute. The Marching Thunderhawks are led on the field by drum majors Maria Hudipole, Emma Load, Aiden Turner, and Candy Conrad. We now present the first three parts of Nexus. Protecting Thunderhawks are under the direction of Rob Harrison and Drew Desmond, with assistance from David Wyrick, Program Director, Jeremy Oliver and Calvin Fackrell, Visual Co-Caption Heads, Kat Orosky and Colton Thomas, Woodland Co-Directors, Hannah Derman, Brass Staff, John Esty, Percussion Coordinator, Matt Hahn and Ryan Ellis, Percussion Designer and Directors, Bill Pendleton, Percussion Director, Rob Howe, Front Ensemble Director, Scott Brown, Percussion Staff, Lexi Meyer, Guard Director, Becca Lamana and Shane Durnion, Guard Staff. The Lakota's band would like to recognize and thank our corporate sponsors at the Platinum, Diamond, and Gold levels. Thank you to Liberty Center, your one-stop shopping and dining destination. Mike Garland, State Farm, protecting your family with auto, home, and life insurance. Dryer Event Wizard, providing professional dryer event cleaning services. Elite Photography, the best senior pictures in Cincinnati. Queen City Music, the premier place for piano lessons, voice lessons, and music lessons. Dollar Myers Printing, for your printing, mailing, and graphic design needs. Dairy Queen, Grill and Chill, Happy Face Grill and Chill, and the World we've got a favorite every brand. Thanks again to all of our corporate sponsors. You can find us still popular on our website at state.org, along with links for link them and certifications. Please let us support the band tonight and stop by the land 63 Donut Tank. With some your family and help support the Lakota and organization. Cash and credit are accepted and supplies are limited, so make sure you grab some on your way home tonight. We'd also like to thank the Lakota community for your support of the 27th Annual Tag Day. Your financial support made this our most successful Tag Day to date. Thanks again for your continued support. Lakota's Day is supported by incredible team volunteers led by our Lakota Southeast Club. Our volunteers work on 9 seasons to help our students excel at all music and sports together. Heartfelt thanks to our volunteers who help us draw tireless support for our student performers. The Varsity Thunderhawks performing competition will fly the season tomorrow, Saturday, September 19th, High School. Allstate Insurance Agency on Cincy Dayton Road in Westchester. The Kroger Company. Players call First Financial Bank. Orthopedic and sports medicine. The Bright Hospital Health Program. Dakota Education Association. Varsity Women's Society. Law. Miller working on Very High School. All your home mechanical needs. ApolloHome.com. Delhi Garden Center. Buffalo Winds and Rain. Liberty Township. Smith Builders. Stanford Kramer with Starwood Realtors. Dr. James Wellman. Family Dentistry. Brent Taylor and Donacle Realtors. Benell Electric. Castanelli Shanker and Baker Orthodontics. Robert Mahaffey with 3rd Street Financial, Eli Sports Bar, Eric Bonney with Harvest Tax and Accounting Services, Sweeney Automotive Group, and Titan Siding and Roofing. Thank you for supporting Lakota athletes. And one more time, a shout out to our longtime sponsor, Hutter Sports Grill. Had another cell phone turned into the press box. Once again, if you're missing your cell phone, there's been a second cell phone turned into the press box.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hawks Nest here at Lakota High School, home of the Thunderhawks in Liberty Township, Ohio. What a beautiful night, Ken. That is an amazing sunset out there that we're seeing. And so far, we were seeing an amazing game until the last maybe about 45 seconds, minute and a half, when Lakota East got the ball back. We thought we were going to see a 2-minute offense. We got a big penalty on the punt. And then we had 2 consecutive penalties behind that drove us back to our own end zone. We gained a little bit of yardage, had a soft punt, gave the ball back to the Fairfield Indians at midfield, and thought we had them stopped on 3rd and long, and they threw a strike to the middle of the field, broke a few tackles, and the next thing you know, they're rolling into the end zone and made this a 21-7 game at the half.
Yeah, Dave, it was exciting beginning of the game. Hawks started with an onside kick and recovered it, so they had a short field and wound up scoring. Fairfield answered right away and then scored twice more to get in the end zone to make it 21-7. But really the statistics are even. You've got only difference of 1 yard between the two teams. Hawks with 137 yards, Fairfield with 138. Balanced attacks by both teams, but the big difference have been key penalties against the East Hawks in critical moments.
Absolutely, Ken. Well said. I mean, not a lot of yards penaltage, but like you said, at key times and after they made big plays. So on the stat sheet, it's a 10-yard penalty, but they lose 20, 35 yards when you take away the play there. So as we get ready to start off the second half here, East deferred with, like you said, the onside kick. They get the kick here as Hooks takes it up, finds a little bit of a crease, and then finds a big sea of white that he runs into, and he gets it back to about the 20-yard line. So young team, you know, we talked about that during the halftime. There's a lot of young personnel here still learning the speed of the game at the varsity level. You know, example there, a little more north and south versus east and west here, as you'll see in the replay. You know, not a bad kick. Hooks fields that, and running a lot of distance east and west versus north and south here. But
anxious to see what kind of adjustments the Hawks made in the locker room. Obviously, they have to clean up the mistakes. And here they go, Hooks up the middle.
And there he breaks a nice one up to the left, going around to the right side. He's going to go down the side, breaks another tackle. So I'll tell you what, Hooks isn't a big guy. I don't know what his actual stats are as far as size, but he's thick and strong. And again, throws a couple of defenders off and makes a big gain up over midfield and sets the Hawks up here, Ken, on the replay.
Yeah, great burst of energy here by the sophomore as he hits the line and then gets away. Nice block by Nick Fritsch.
That's
and
one.
Good downfield blocking as well by 12, the receiver.
One-toe tackle, and there's that strength where he just stiff arms the guy right out as he goes out of bounds. And he'll gain 32 yards or so on that run and gets the Hawks over midfield real quick. And that's just the blast that they need. They need some momentum. They need some fire in their bellies here. Like I was hoping we were going to see there with maybe a 2-minute drill of moving the ball there at the end of the game. And they moved it. They just moved it the wrong way with a bunch of penalties. So here's again the replay. Go right back to the run. If it's working, why stop it, right? So he goes right in the teeth of the defense and pounds his way in there for about 3 yards and brings up 2nd and 7.
Hooks comes off the field and Chauncey Peck comes in, and also limping off the field after that long run was Dominic Horrig, starting lineman for the Hawks. So hopefully that doesn't hurt him too bad.
Yep,
but now you've got Peck in the backfield with Kidna. High snap. Kidna keeps it. He rolls out.
Looks back, tries to juke his defender and doesn't get anything, but buys him enough time to get the ball out of bounds down the sideline. So
yeah, he knows where that pocket is. You know, he knows he can't throw it away right away, but once he gets outside the pocket, he can throw it away safely. He's still looking for his receiver there.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm sorry.
11.
11, Derek Williams. But does a good job of not taking the sack, not losing any yards, so maintains 2nd and 7. Third and 7.
Yep, 3rd down. And there's where we were talking, you know, a couple times now where, you know, the line holds up and sometimes the line is not holding up. There's a nice strike right there at the sticks for a 1st down.
Empty backfield, and Derek Williams pulls it in.
And
wide open on the sideline, enough for the 1st down, move the chains, and that's maybe one of the adjustments the Hawks made, trying to look both ways on the pass play.
Missed him the last time, but found number 11 there. And hits him right between the numbers for a 1st down, as you see there in the replay. So yeah, maybe coach is looking for a lot of shorter plays too, right? You know, the lines at times will hold, sometimes not hold. There's another handoff to Hooks as he goes left side, and referee's gonna.
We had something at the top of the screen, Dave, there that was developing.
87 and number 20, number 15 for the Indians.
P.J. McFarland for the Hawks and Tez Gwynn for the Indians got tangled up with one another. The refs ran over to stop it, but they didn't stop. And that's
They're
going
going
to
to
be on
call that on
Tez Gwynn.
Fairfield. So maybe we get a replay of that as they move the ball forward. They were tussling and tangling.
We're going to see this at the top of the screen, but they were way away from the action of the play.
Yeah, you see it here. It'll come back in hopefully at the top here.
Yeah, that was way off
that's
the
a
screen
replay
there.
of Hooks. And here you'll see it, Ken. 87 gets locked up, and it just goes off. And you see 84 here look back what's going on. And the referees jumped in there, but 15 wasn't pulling off the stack. So he picks up the personal foul, benefits the Hawks, and now they're knocking on the door inside the red zone here.
So Kidna with Hooks next to him. He
Hooks
gets
goes off the big hole to the
Hooks
right,
has room.
makes another cut. He's going to go in for a touchdown. Hawks, so exactly what hurt the Hawks at the end of the first half, penalties. Hawks come out, Indians pick up a couple penalties, and now the Hawks are knocking on the door, and Hooks does the rest and runs it in. As you'll see here, Kenny finds a big hole to the right. Now it's just all freelance by Hooks as Vogelman throws off a chicken wing there, just enough to keep the defender away from him.
That was inspired running by Ryder Hooks. You know, he came out and he was running with power. The first half, he ran well, he looked for holes, but that was power. The last
Vogelman
couple
holds,
runs there.
kicks up and good. And Herr gets it in there for the PAT. That's exactly what they needed, a quick strike coming right out of the locker room. Bring this game within another 7. So 21-14, they get the 7 back that they gave up right before the half. And now we got another ball game here. This is feeling more like the first quarter where we thought we were going to have this shootout and maybe the wills of the defense. So hopefully that gets our Hawk defense fired up now, right, Ken? And they can put some stops on Fisher.
And something to watch here. You know, you had 2 opportunities to kick off. You kicked off the game and you kicked off at the end of your touchdown. Are they going to go onside again, thinking they can recover, or are they going to go deep?
Yeah, Herr looked really nice there on the PAT, so he'll go out and set up for the kickoff. So Herr's setting it up out there as the Hawks line up. I'm pretty much going to guess this is not going to be an onside. I'm almost positive.
You'd hope not.
As Herr approaches the ball, and he pooches it up short. They're definitely, we heard something at the halftime up here in the booth about Lakota being a little scared or cautious of the return team for the Indians, and it's maybe proven true here with all the punts, the short punts. I think were by design, maybe not as short as they saw them. Andy's averaging right around 20, but he did get that one long 42-yarder that rolled into the end zone. So we know he's got the foot to do it, but we heard some rumbling up here that they were trying to keep the ball away from the return men, as they did have a couple of big returns. Fairfield did, and East did give up a 54-yarder last week to Princeton, a return for 6 on a punt. So maybe Coach Kitten is a little gun shy there of the return team for Fairfield, but on that kickoff didn't go deep at all.
And there's a run up the middle there.
So we'll see the replay here. Just tries to mano a mano and ride him down like a steer, but not after he picks up enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 Fairfield.
Hey Justin, I can hear you guys, but I can't hear
So now Fisher keeps it, goes quarterback sneak all the way up the middle, and he's going to get about 5 or 6 there. So this is exactly what the Hawks are going to have to do. I think we're going to get a lot of dosage of Fisher here. You know, he is their man. He was their total offense, minus 1 yard. So I think the Hawk defense definitely needs to be looking at as the D coordinator. I know Coach Chenault's down there. Dan, love seeing you down on the sidelines, and still hoping you're feeling better with that
drop snap by
replacement. There's a
Fisher.
fumble.
He's
Ball's
smothered. The
loose.
Hawks might have it.
I don't know who's got it, and I don't think anybody knows who's got it, so it's a dogfight down there in that pile right now. No one's pointing, And it looks like Fairfield just dodged a big bullet.
Yep, clock's going to keep running there. It went off Fisher's hands. You see the snap right to his hands, and he kind of bobbles it a little bit. And there was just a scrum for the ball.
Oh, he hit his running back, and it's sitting there right on the feet of 22.
Marvin Richter almost wound up with that. We're not sure what happens under that pile there, but
yeah, that's man stuff going on down inside that pile, because nobody was pointing anyway. But I think Fisher actually recovered that for the Indians. So they dodge a humongous bullet. He sets back, zips a pass in there, right at the sticks, and the Hawks hit him. But I think he's going to get forward progress.
yeah, he was just over the line to gain when he caught the ball. Did a good job of holding on to the ball.
So what could have been a huge turn in this game with the Hawks being able to pick up that fumble, and the Indians come right back, throw a strike, and get a first down and move the chains. As they're moving the chains, we got a couple of scores here, Ken, at the halftime. West 21, Middletown 0. Princeton 14, Mason 0. Sycamore 14 tied up with Coleraine. Kind of surprised at that one, to be honest. And Hamilton 17, Oak Hill 7. There goes the Indians. Go off to the right-hand side. A lot of space.
Tyler George with the space, but it's going to
the ball gets loose too. There, and they're blowing the whistle.
Kelvin Warren with the tackle, but laundry on the field. That's going to come back 10 yards with the holding on Fairfield.
Coach Kitten is not happy with his defense right now. He is out on the field giving them a handful. As here we see the replay. Number 10 goes around. Should have had a stop there. There's another chance for, didn't see the hole, but they definitely called it.
Yeah, Reap had him in his grasp, and he just didn't finish.
So the penalty really hurts the Indians there, just kind of like it did the Hawks, has a big run that gets negated, and plus another 10 yards the opposite way. So that's going to be a net of about a 24-yard penalty for the Fairfield Indians and bring up 1st and 20. So this is a good opportunity again, back to where they were, where that fumble happened, Ken. And if the Hawks defense can buckle up here and hold these Indians for 3 downs, they're going to get in a good position. That's a good start right there as the D-line gets in there and swallows Fisher up.
Wyatt Pleasant there in the thick of things. Great tackle by the defensive line.
They're saying he got back to the line of scrimmage, but I'm not seeing it. As they're saying he's right. Yeah, I don't know how they spot him 3 yards forward from where he started or got stopped, but they give him the line of scrimmage there. They give him forward progress, so it's still 2nd and 20. And here comes the Hawks. They bring the D-line in again. They blitz. They flush him out. Throws a long ball down the sideline, and if he stays in bounds, that's going to be a big catch.
That's a fantastic catch by Noah King downfield.
And a great throw by Fisher, too. He got flushed out of the back.
Yeah, Davis Teague was in pursuit from behind.
You see the Hawks blitz here, and then 90 comes off of his man.
Yeah, Teague is chasing him, and that didn't.
Oh, yeah, nice ball, nice throw.
Good throw, good catch, Noah King.
And again, the Indian receiver behind the D backs again. That was Jones Anderson on the coverage there and trying to keep him from prancing down for 6. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line as Fisher fakes the handoff and runs right into a Hawk, peeling off the block there on the right-hand side.
Yeah, good tackle by Parker Elam. Elam was right there to bring Fisher down.
Yeah,
Fisher thought maybe after he breaks away here that he had some room on the left side, but Parker Elam said, nope, none of that.
Yeah, nice tackle as he comes off his block and swallows him up. But yeah, you could see in that replay, like you said, Ken, from Fisher's standpoint, he sees a lot of green over there. He thinks number 10's all tied up for the Hawks, and Elam just pulls off and grabs him.
Rylan Krutzinger had a nice block on Elam, but Elam shed it.
There's another one shot through the middle. Oh, had him in the backfield for a loss. And maybe that defense is starting to wake up a little bit. I think that was Elam again that shot in there.
Yeah, Elam held him up enough for Wyatt Pleasant to come and finish the job.
Let's see on the
this
replay.
again. Tyler George cuts through the left side. Elam slows him down, and then Wyatt Pleasant finishes him off along with some other Hawks.
Elam had a chance to drop him for a 1-yard loss, but as he breaks that tackle, he squeezes forward for a 1-yard gain, and it's 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9, 4-down territory for the Indians.
Absolutely.
So they don't need to get it all here, but they do want to get a little bit. Hawks with a good chance to stop them here.
As Fisher's in that backfield all by himself, got some time. He's going to run out to the right-hand side, sees some green, going for the pylon. And I haven't seen an indication in that corner yet.
Can't tell if he stepped out or if they're just saying, yep, that's a touchdown.
I think
and
he's...
they're calling it a score.
Did they? I never saw any hands go up.
Yep, I did not either, but touchdown Indians.
So they set up, that was the strangest call. I never saw any referee put his hands up. There was really no celebration of a touchdown, but 6 points are on the board, and they're setting up for the PAT right now. So snap to Fisher, kick is up and good. And the Indians answer the quick strike that the Hawks had to bring this within 1 score.
We're going to watch that touchdown again. Fisher looking downfield, doesn't see anyone, so scrambles out. Pursuit by Teague again. And he just goes down the line and steps
caught
into
the
end zone.
pylon. You'll see this here in the end zone cam here from the far side. Smart quarterback, boy. Ken, he sees space and he goes. And yeah, football's in his right arm, and he gets that pylon. So that brings it to 28-14 Indians, as Coach Kitna can't be happy with that, as the Hawks go down there, make the quick strike, bring it within 1 score, have a chance to stop on defense and can't, and then give up the touchdown there, go down at 14 points again.
They're missing a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
They're not wrapping. They're in the right position. They're just not wrapping and finishing tackles. As you can see it again here.
It's going to come right in your living room here, Ken, as Fisher's running there, got the ball out.
Just trying to push instead of tackle.
Yeah. And he's a big, strong senior quarterback. He's not going to go down or step out when he can see that orange pylon there. So Hawks need to understand that to actually hit the quarterback and wrap him up, as now they pooch kick, and smartly the Hawks just fall on it. So very strange kicking strategies here tonight at the Hawks Nest on both sides, as now the Indians go for the onside kick, and the Hawks are able to recover that. And
it's sort of a strategy you see in either bad weather or when you know there's a incredibly dangerous return man.
Right.
And neither of those are present tonight.
I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen it.
So just over 3.5 minutes left here in the third quarter, and Hawks find themselves down 14 as they were at halftime. And Ryder Hooks did a great job running in the first possession. Here's a long pass.
Oh, they're going to get the pass interference on that one. Yes, sir. As they go with the little hook right there, and Jamison throws a nice ball out there, but the defender
and the defender sort of got tangled up together, but I don't know. They're going to talk about it. I don't know if...
I can't see how you pick that up. Well, there's a flag on the other side too, Ken. On the far side of the field towards the Fairfield bench. There's a flag somewhere along the line of scrimmage or just beyond the line of scrimmage, so I don't know if these are going to offset. That would be very disappointing for the Hawks. Offsetting. There you go.
We're going to see if we can make heads or tails as we watch this one more time.
So here you'll see Jamison back there. JT Kitna steps back, sets his feet, throws.
Good ball downfield.
Yeah, he had
a little tangled there. Didn't feel like complete PI, but
not terrible. But he did have his back shoulder there. As there's a quick throw over to Vogelman now, and Andy's going to get some positive yardage and get the things moving in the right direction here for the Hawks. And then didn't pick up the block in the back on the other side, but right about where the referee's standing over there by the 50-yard line, there was a yellow hanky down there that made the offsetting. So here's the last play as we go with a quick hitch out to Vogelman. Andy breaks one tackle here, Goes forward. Gets the about 5 yards and brings up 2nd and 5.
So JT making an adjustment at the line here. He tried the hard count to draw Fairfield off. They didn't. He adjusts a little bit. He's got to see something downfield. Gives it to Hooks this time.
Hooks goes off left-hand side. He's a tough runner, Ken. Not a big kid, but he's a tough runner. That low center of gravity used to his advantage. And for a young running back, he's going to be something to watch as he goes forward here. As you'll see, there's a quick handoff. Doesn't shy away from contact ever. And makes the first guy miss and gets that extra yard. So now he brings up 3rd and 1.
So again, in the shotgun formation.
Shotgun. Hooks is in the backfield. Trips left right near us. And fakes the handoff. This time Kittner keeps it. Leans forward. I think he's going to have just enough for the first down to move the chains.
Designed run by the quarterback just to get a yard.
Yeah, I'd like to see Jay. Yeah, I was just going to say that, Ken. I'd like to see Kittner run a little bit more. This was designed, didn't get a whole lot out of it, but got enough to move the chains and a first down for the Hawks. So now you got the split back.
Yep. T formation.
Misdirection there off to the freshman. Peck's going to go right and left. Breaks one tackle, leans forward.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Carter Jones.
And I see some more laundry on the field over there near the tackle.
Correction on that. That was the freshman, Carter Jones.
So Jones makes a nice play and picks up some good yardage, but looks like we're going to have holding on the offense.
And again, if the Hawks don't clean this up, they're going to find themselves trailing in a lot of football games.
Yeah, penalties, I know in the first 2 games were pretty high. The last game, not so bad. And like you said, the stats at halftime weren't horrendous, but it's just when you reverse big plays, there's 9 yards gain, and now you go back 5 from the original spot. So there's almost a 14-yard penalty on a hold, and we've had a few of those. So now it's 1st and 16 or so. Over to the freshman again. Makes the first guy miss. Gets a little bit of yak after that and gets up out of bounds at about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, good yards after catch, like you said. Jones scampers ahead. Gets the Hawks at least in reasonable territory here for their...
So Hooks goes out in motion. They fake over to him and set this up for Jones. He breaks that tackle, you'll see right there, and then gets a little yards after the catch.
Fairfield's Mason Gatto drives him out of bounds. And there's Kittner dropping back.
Now JT's back. Yeah, he's running for his life again. As somehow he gets out of that and gets it. Strong arm. You can tell he's got a strong arm. But that's happening way too much, where he's back, sets his feet, and then he's got people in his face, and he's got to all of a sudden get really, really creative.
Yeah, so it's missed blocks by the line, and it's, once that first guy gets through, the other guy tries to make up for it, but just running for his life there and chucks it out of bounds to save the lost yardage, but that's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Hawks.
So, yep, 3rd and 8 for the Hawks as we're getting close to the end of the 3rd quarter, but just not quite yet.
Technical difficulties here. We apologize for that, but we will keep the action going. Kittner back to pass. He launches it downfield.
Number 87 for a big play. And hopefully we came right back on to see that catch. We'll get the replay for you for sure, I'm sure. But Kittner drops back here on Ken and throws a really nice ball.
Yeah, that's his target du jour right now. Just nice little catch there by, that's P.J. McFarland, sophomore tight end.
Yep, the sophomore tight end, number 87, comes down with the big play so far. Moves the chains and gets the Hawks over midfield. Now there's Hooks with another run up the middle, breaks 2 tackles, 3 tackles, and then takes a big hit at the end, but he'll take it. Like I said, he's not afraid of contact at all.
Great.
And when he can smell the end zone, He'll let people hit him all day long. He's up and walking away as Hooks has a big run. And that'll...
So not only a great run, Dave, but look how he held onto the ball when he got hit hard at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, he
so
breaks
there's Hooks breaking away, breaking some tackles, cutting inside, and he is just going to get drilled and hangs on to the football as he hits the ground. That's a good running back play right there.
That's a great running back, and borderline penalty here as the hit comes right up underneath the chin by number 10 of the Indians. So
Dave, the teams are going to walk 98 yards down to the other end of the field. That brings us to the end of the third. Fairfield Indians 28, East Thunderhawks 14.
And welcome back to the Hawks Nest here as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. And the Hawks are knocking on the door here, Ken. 28-14, down 2 scores. They really need to pump this into the end zone after a big, strong run by Hooks to get them down there.
Yeah,
as
Kidna's
now
going to keep this
Jameson
one, and
keeps
he's
it.
going to find the end zone.
Touchdown, Hawks. And there go the lights. Haven't seen these yet all season, so maybe the AD's trying to get the crowd into it because, like you said, they've been pretty somber. And I'll tell you, these kids, it's a young group out there. They could use some enthusiasm by the crowd, and I don't know what the student body's doing down there on the far end, but boy, this crowd really needs to get behind these Thunderhawks and start rooting them on for these next 12 minutes because they just brought this into a 1-score game, and there goes Hurry. Shoots a dart, but it gets through.
So what I loved about that, after Kidna scored, he went right to his brother, Jordan Kidna, who's one of the coaches on the sideline, and kind of did the body bump after that.
Nice. Here you'll see the replay, Ken.
Here, yep, he's got room. He sees the room and just easily scoots by number 0, Mason Gatto.
I think this is designed to go up the middle. You see Andy Vogelman come in motion right here. He's running blocks, but he just finds a little bit of black space over there in the corner and runs for the pylons, like we were saying the same way with Fisher. Those quarterbacks can see those orange pylons, boy, and run for them. So the Hawks answer the call. They did get a little help. And now it's
runs by
28-21.
Ryder Hooks just carrying them on their back on that drive. Powerful runs. Hawks within 7. Did you go onside kick here, Dave, or you kick it away?
I kicked this pretty much midfield, man. I know there's apparently a scare about who's going to run it back, but I think I get this thing down inside the 30-yard line somewhere, right? Not a short kick, but a pooch midfield, you know, not give them the great field position. See what Fisher can do with a long field and the defense can do with a little bit of green behind their back. So we're going to see right here what Coach Kidna calls is they line up, they spin, and he goes deep with this one and pushes him back down. He fumbles it at about the 7-yard line and goes wide to the right looking for room and gets ripped down around the 22-yard line. So
that was Braden Shacklin on the return, and
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, Matthew Herr kicks it deep that time.
So you see the bobble there, Ken, on the kickoff, but number 3 picks it up real quick. A lot of east to west running too here, and then nice tackle there by number 6.
Yeah, Xylon Jones-Anderson.
Jones-Anderson.
Galore tonight. He's everywhere on special teams. But
so that's tough. You know, you're backing up. They're used to the short kicks, and then they fooled him there. Got a good foot in that one. He was pedaling backwards to try to catch that and dropped it. So
Peyton Peck doing a good job in pursuit there as well.
So now the Indians about one of their furthest distances here tonight, right?
Hawks in desperate need of a stop 3 times, and there's a handoff to
Jordan, and there's another big tackle by number 10, I think that was, Ken, on the left-hand side over there.
22, that was Marvin Richter.
Richter.
Senior leader on the linebacker crew. And Richter just knows exactly where George is
nice
gonna
tackle.
be and brings him down hard.
So you got Richter over there, and you've got Elam over there, and that left-hand side of the defense is coming alive. And there you hear the band. I can hear the band, but I don't hear the fans. So these fans need to get into the game, start giving them some. There's a quick hitch. Oh!
You get an assist on that?
Talk about living life right here. There's a quick hitch that skips off of one receiver and right into the hands of another Fairfield receiver, number 21.
Yeah, Kellen Warren for the Hawks in good position here, but you see Fisher drop back, and the ball goes over the hands of George, right in the hands of
Tyon, number 21. And
Tyon Spiller.
And Warren's right there for the Hawks for the DB back and wraps him up after a short gain. So third down, there's another quick ball's up in the air, free ball.
Richter
And
Marvin Richter almost gets the interception at the line of scrimmage, but they get the bat down, and that's going to force a Fairfield Indian punt.
Yeah, it's going to force the punt, but boy, would have loved to seen the interception there for a short
watch those
field.
hands get up here. Reap was blitzing. Reap tapped it in the air. Richter went up for the jump ball, went off somebody's helmet.
Couldn't bring it down.
Jacob DeRamo was there, and the ball just falls to the ground, but that's the stop the Hawks needed.
That is the stop the Hawks that needed. We were getting a little greedy, wanted the interception there, and there's a bad snap. It skips into the punter. He gets a good foot on that one, and they're going to get a nice roll out of that one. And it's going to go down to about the 24-yard line. So that's a big punt, though, by the Indians. They get a good flip of the field from their punter. That could have been an interception up here. Would have been huge for the Hawks.
Yeah, bad snap, and the punter did a great job, and that ball was rolling toward Buffalo Joe's in Fairfield.
Yeah, it was.
The location of Coach Krause's pregame things. We're going to look at this tip again. We're going to look at Reap come in, and Reap gets his big paw in there, taps it in the air,
and Fisher may have broken that up from 22.
But
from
Hawks
Richter.
have the ball, down 7. Getting in the
Jameson,
backfield with
JT
Hooks.
back there, hands it off to Hooks. Hooks comes up the middle, spins away from one tackle, gets to about the 30-yard line, and gets nice yardage on a first down.
Ryder Hooks again. He's a workhorse for these Hawks.
He has been. He's going to make it to second and about 4, as you'll see the replay again. Makes that spin and gets a nice spot by the referee there. So
Gets the roll forward on a couple yards. Getting again with Rooks flanked to his right.
Same pretty much formation they have. Vogelman goes in motion. Goes to Hooks. This time the Indians eat that one right up as they bring 2 guys into the gap. And big number 8 for the Fairfield Indians, JoJo Baker. That's a good football name, JoJo Baker. As you see the Indians sideline there, he'll come right at you here as he comes off this, and bam! Not going to break that tackle.
So 3rd and 5 for the Hawks. 9 minutes left.
So you see the coaching staff over there for the Indians trying to counter what the Hawks are going to throw at them, as this is going to be a big series for them as well if the Hawks can march down and maybe tie this thing up. As JT goes back, quick shot over to Vogelman, and I think he's going to have just enough at the sticks there to move the chains.
And that's what you need, just a little quick hit to the outside, spread the defense out. You're not trying to get extra yards, you're just trying to get to that first down marker. JoJo Baker again on the tackle.
And Andy's been that sure shot here when JTs need that short yardage first down.
Yeah, good hands by the senior Vogelman there.
Finding the sticks and making the catch. So
here we got Kitna. Drop
fakes to the right, going down the middle, looking for a big one as he overthrows Vogelman this time. And boy, if those two can hook up with that, Ken, that's gonna pay money somewhere down the stretch here in the season.
Yeah, Vogelman had a step on the corner, but it looked like he needed 3 or 4 steps on that. Big, strong throw by JT.
Yeah, JT was just a little too far on that
and
one.
They're going to quick snap here with half
And
the
right
Fairfield
over to
defense. Half the Fairfield defense was still jogging back to the line, and they tried the quick out to the tight end, Darren
big number
Jackson.
84. Jackson's been that nice target for JT, but he just rushed it a little too much, seeing half the defense still walking back from that long play. As you see the replay here, you can see the bottom of your screen, nobody's there. All of a sudden you'll see all these defenders that are running in still from the last play, but
Jackson
unfortunately
had to turn 360 to catch that, and he couldn't quite make it there. So 3rd and 10 for the Hawks. Kitten is going to have empty. Nope, he's got Hooks.
Got Hooks is back there. Double left. Andy's down to the right. Goes in, makes a move, makes a nice cut. Great catch by Vogelman, diving across the middle. And that might be the catch of the night for the Hawks so far, as it moves the chains and keeps the offense out on the field. First down, Hawks.
Just an absolute bullet, like a shortstop hitting a first baseman there.
And
Just
what a
right in
great
stride.
catch.
And here's Kitten on the keeper.
Goes
Keeping it to
around.
the right side. He's going to get about 4.
Got to keep that 2nd down, 3rd down short, Ken, right? So you need that good positive yardage on the 1st down play so that you got 2nd and short or 3rd and short. So you see JT running off here to the right. Got that ball way out there, though, boy. Don't like that one-handed bread carrying there. But
what I do like, Dave, is the sense of urgency.
Yes.
Because I know Hawks in the past, we didn't always have that sense of urgency to score. And
There's he goes to
off
Hooks,
the
goes to the left.
side.
He's going to break another tackle, jumps over top of the defender, and that's going to bring up another 1st down. And now I hear that crowd.
Finally, some life in the stands of the East Hawks here.
There you go. And the announcer's trying to get him into it with the 1st down. Hawks looking at the 36-yard line as he goes back to Hooks again, finds another hole. Boy, the kid just finds little holes, doesn't he?
You know,
and
he's
squirts
finding
right
the
through
holes,
them.
but the offensive line is doing a great job right now.
They are doing a good job
They're
right now.
taking
They've had their
care-
moments.
Yep, and Fairfield's a little gassed, a little winded, but that was 75, Jackson Billingsley, with just a terrific block right through the center.
Yep, 77 doing his job, 60 doing his job, and
Dominic
that
Horrocks,
lets
60 back in the game. He was
that
off
lets
for a
Hooks
little
do
bit.
his thing, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout.
Yeah, Indians are going to take a timeout because their
Yeah.
players are winded.
Yeah, that's a good call by the coaching staff over there. They can see that they're winded, and they needed a TO right there, or the Hawks were going to just keep pounding the ball on them. So things are looking good here at the 7:20 mark. Right there's the band down in the end zone, trying to get the crowd going. Love the band at the football games, Ken. Love it. It just makes the atmosphere so great.
And they did bring the future Hawk bands there as well. Again, thanks to Westchester TV for allowing us to bring these games streaming live. You can watch the replay. You can like the page to continue to see the same link for all the games this season. You could watch on Roku. You could watch on
YouTube
and Fire Stick as well.
and Fire Stick, or on your local cable channel. So we appreciate the guys up on the cameras, Justin down in the control truck producing all this and bringing you the replays, folks. So here we go as it's 2nd and short. Jamison fakes that one, holds it, looks around, fires one down the middle, and the
dangerous
Indian,
pass.
nice defensive play there by number 3. That looked like Brandon Shocklin.
Yeah, Shacklin was the one who returned the kick and almost had the pick there.
Yeah, that was either going to be a big play for the Hawks or it was a big breakup by the Indians. So now it's 3rd and short as we fake here, throw a nice little ball over to the sidelines, scampers down, finds number 87.
87, P.J. McFarland. McFarland was the one that he almost had down at the other end, but that's enough for the Hawks' first down. And down 7, the Hawks are driving here with just over 7 minutes
So
left.
you see here, Ken, on the replay, the sophomore catches it, gets that extra step down the tiptoes down the sidelines.
He's a nice big target.
Yeah, the tight ends are nice, 87, 84, something the Hawks haven't had in the past. In this offense, it works well. And, you know, JT's been spreading the ball between them and Andy. And even looking for his running back in the back as he throws this one into the corner, looking for Vogelman. He's got it! Oh, my! Woo! Touchdown!
Andy Vogelman.
Lakota Thunderhawks, and the lights go. If we just had fireworks, ladies and gentlemen, that's ESPN, da-da-da, da-da-da, right there, or we'd like to say WCTV, da-da-da, da-da-da.
What a throw!
Watch
by
this
Kickoff, corner of the
replay.
end zone, and Vogelman just lays out horizontally with the defender on him. Great coverage. Gets his knee down, secures the catch. Touchdown, Hawks.
Great concentration by Andy, but his work's not done. He's got to get in there and hold the PAT as this young man has earned his pay tonight. Kicking, holding, oops, he's got it.
He throws.
He
Vogelman
throws deep. And, oh, he almost connected in the back of the end zone for the two-point conversion. Little rough on the snap there, and I don't know.
Don't know. Vogelman was still winded but we're going to watch
sure
this
he is.
catch
This
again,
touchdown's phenomenal,
Look at
Ken.
this throw to the end zone, and look at this catch by Andy Vogelman.
I thought the last catch he had might have been the catch of the night. That is definitely
Catch of the season.
the catch of the night, and so far the season. And I'll tell you what, I can tell you this, Andy was actually over here in between when the defense was out there. He was on the table getting a little work on his hip, and he laid it all out there to catch that ball. And Coach Kittner couldn't be any happier with him and the offense and JT with that series of offensive plays. I don't know what happened on the PAT. I don't know if the snap was bad or.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't cost. I mean, you know, you just had the potential to tie the game.
Yeah.
And you didn't. So you're still down one. You've got it within striking range. You kicked it deep last time to Braden Shanklin. So hopefully the Hawks can kick it deep, get another stop.
And Herr does have a decent. I mean, he can kick field goals.
They have a field goal already this season.
Yeah. So it's not like he can't. So now we'll go see. Now he hits it about midfield. This is what I thought they'd do last time, right around the 20-yard line. And the Indians will bring it up just over the 30.
See
so
Andy here in front of us getting stretched out.
Yeah, he was getting
like
that
you
hip
said.
worked on before that last series. So hats off to him, man. Sacrificing the body, making the big catch. And yeah, I don't know, again, on that PAT if it was a bad snap or he just didn't have enough time to get the air back into his lungs to get set up. But that young man's been kicking, holding, catching.
So you're in another position here of needing a stop.
Punt returning. So he's been a big part of this program and this offense so far tonight as
Fisher
the Indians
hands off
now.
to George, and George scampers ahead for 4.
So the Hawks need to get that enthusiasm, not let that PAT burn them, knock them down. They need to keep the enthusiasm, make another stop here. Here's the replay on the last play, Ken.
George just with a standard run, and you got to know that Fairfield's thinking ball control.
Absolutely.
They have the lead by 1.
And again, that's more. George has had a big workout tonight from his 2 carries last game, as
game
the
before,
Indians have
4
been
carries in the last 2 games combined, and he's already got
probably 8, 9, 10.
5 in the
There's
first
a nice hit, but not a wrap up as Fisher spins out of that, and he's going to get big yardage out of this, Ken. And he's turning the Jets on, looking for it all, and he's going to find his way into the end zone.
Talon Fisher.
Talon Fisher, the senior.
Show.
You got to hit, you got to wrap. We talked about it earlier. As a defender, you can't just go in there and make a hit. He's a big, strong quarterback, and he just bounced off of hits, spun, and boy, he's got more speed than I thought he had.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal run. I mean, the Hawks chasing him from behind.
As they have this strange PAT set up where they send everybody off to the right-hand side except for the kicker and the. See, he's winded now. You can see number 2 next to the referee. He's trying to get his air, and I don't know why we're having such a long break here. But I think the Indians just pulled the old "we need another football" trick to give their quarterback a little bit of time to get some air into him.
Yeah, they don't want the same bobbled hold that Hawks had on the other end.
Because I can see Fisher, he was standing over there, hands on his knees, trying to get some air in there.
And they learned from possibly the Hawks' mistake there, but hopefully we can get a miss or a block and still be within 7. Otherwise, we're going to be in a position to go for 2 if we score.
Yeah, the Hawks got to try to get in there. Oh, almost as they get through, but not close enough. Who was that, number 3 for the Hawks? Really made an attempt to try to get in there to block that kick.
We're going to watch this run by Fisher again here.
It's a design run the whole way.
To the left, but then or the right, and he winds up on the left. And Hawks are just chasing him from behind. The safeties, he's just outrunning them.
Yeah, he just flat out ran them, yeah. But two missed tackles back there. Design run to the right. Gets hit by number 34 initially, but he was tied up with a block. Reap was. So Reap spun him the other way, and then 2 other Hawks just flat out miss open tackles, which would have been for a loss had they tackled him behind the line of scrimmage. And then he spins out in scampers for 63 yards, touchdown.
So after Hawks looked like they had the potential for a tie, now they find themselves down 8 just 3 plays later, 2 plays later, 1 play later.
And that's been the story most of this night. It seems like as soon as they get within striking distance, they cover up and get within 7, and then boom, they let them go right back down and score. And then same way here, they have a chance to tie the game. And there's a nice run back here so far. Number 8 coming around, breaking a couple of tackles as he finally gets rustled down by number 40, Bud Fairfield.
Yeah, that was Xylon Jones-Anderson, who's had a good special teams game.
Dorian Soriano brings him down after, you'll see here, Ken, he gets it about just inside the 10, breaks that tackle, keeps his feet, turns it upfield. I like the north and south, gets tied up, and then number 40 comes in and ends the run about the 27-yard line. So
35-27, just under 6 minutes left in the game, in regulation, I should say.
Yes.
And Kitna with Rooks flanked to his right.
He drops back, throws the quick hitch, got a screen set up to Hooks. Hooks goes right up through the middle, gets a lot of yardage there, about 12 or 13, and he'll move the sticks. And I'd like to see a little bit hurry up here, Ken, right? Clock stop while we're moving the sticks. Use that to your advantage. Let's get to the line and get a play called off. But they've got the sticks reset. They wind the clock, and it's ticking. And we're still in the huddle.
They're pretty quick to get to the line comparatively, though.
Yeah. But I think on that first down, when you know you're going to get a mini timeout, let's just get up there and get a good play going.
And that time, Kitna smothered. He throws it right into the defender to save the sack.
Yeah. Luckily, Vogelman was standing there, or we would have had an intentional grounding. So
I think he hit either Vogelman or Hooks in the back. But give credit to Ryder Hooks here. Credit to Kitna. Kitna has not taken a sack yet.
Nope, he's
does a good job getting rid of that ball.
Been very elusive when he's got people coming at him in his face. So
now we got a little pause in the action here by the side official. Not sure.
Now we hand off to Hooks. Hooks looking up through the middle. Not a whole lot there this time. Gets a few yards.
It's going to bring up 3rd and difficult for the Hawks, about 3rd and 7.
And this is where they really need to have that play ready to go, Ken, because running play keeps the clock running. The clock is not your friend right now. As we'll see this replay here as Jamison just takes it, hands it right off. JT puts it in his belly and goes.
Yeah, so 5 minutes left, so you're hoping for at least one more possession if you don't score, if you can stop Fairfield's attack. So Kitna back to throw. He's going to go mid-range
Sidearm
there.
goes 84 to Williams. Williams goes up looking Nope, going to have forward progress, whistle blown, first down, and here's where they need to get moving, right?
Got Derek Jackson there on the catch. Correction there, Derek Jackson. Had a nice catch by the tight end.
Plenty of guys for him to throw to, right? He's got Jackson in there, 84. He's got the sophomore tight end, 87. He's got Vogelman in there. You got Hooks out of the backfield, so plenty of targets. Just need to start picking apart. They even got number 11 over there,
Williams.
Derek Williams. So lots of receivers. I just want to see quick 8, 10, 12. Let's move the ball. Let's move the sticks and keep this thing rolling here with 4:25. That was a lot of time. That's a big bounce. Just throw it, son. There you go.
JT, a good job of funneling that bad snap out and just getting rid of it.
That would have been a humongous loss, as now the Hawks need to recover here.
That's about all he could have done with that.
Now we're in the hurry up with the clock stopped. He gets him back to the line quickly and hands it off to Hooks. Hooks finds some space, gets going, gets those legs pumping, and there's another first down as the little Ryder Hooks, the little engine that could, just keeps firing through there. I don't know what his numbers are going to be at the end, but it's going to be over 100, I think, as you see this. Just keeps those legs driving. Kind of reminds me of the old Bengal James Brooks. Not a big guy, keeps his legs moving, keeps them pumping, hard to tackle, and Hooks just keeps firing it in there. Now Jamison zips it over to Vogelman on a mini screen, and Andy gets about 5 yards.
That's good enough for just a couple yards on first down, make it more manageable, keep it moving.
And
but with 3 minutes and 40 seconds,
got to be quicker with these plays,
they're
I think.
almost treating this possession as the possession that could be their last one.
Yeah. Huddled back up. Taking a lot of time here with these as everyone goes to the line. You know, 40-second play clock is down inside of 10 here. We need to be snapping it with about 20 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't know if they're thinking that we have to score here, but we don't want to give too much time back to Fairfield. Especially at this point, you know, Fairfield gets it back. You still get 3 timeouts. You could stop the clock, but I think they're thinking that this is the possession where we're going to have the best chance.
You might be right, Ken, because they are not really in too much of a hurry in between plays. Very methodical, very.
But more concerning, it's 3rd down and 3.
Yep, got to get a first down here, as Jamison's looking. He's got 8 seconds. JT puts in the audible. And the snap goes up. He's looking around, finds some green space. Vogelman's going to throw him a good block. He puts another hand in there. And he picks up a first down and gets out of bounds. So a broken play here, Ken. That little confusion, I think, as you'll see here, as JT's going, what's the play? And then he finally gets it. And the wide receiver's not too for sure. Snap comes in a little high, busted play, but he sees a lot of green and turns something positive, gets some blocking by his receivers.
Out there like
and there's a quick snap, and I think he's just going to have to run for his life here, as I would have liked to see him just get out of bounds.
Yeah, slides off to the left side, clock's still running.
Yeah, the slide's not going to help us. The getting out of bounds would have. That was a surprise. He wasn't even ready. The center just snapped the ball. So the little confusion here with the center, as now we're getting just around the 2-minute.
Carter Jones comes in to.
Hawks still got those 3 timeouts, and I think they're going to have to start using them here strategically, Ken. That would have been one I think I might have used there after JT had to run twice. Clock's running. I think I'm going to use one here for sure.
Well, I think the issue is if you don't score, you still want your timeouts. But they
Hawks are just letting this thing roll with 1:38, and they're making substitutions, and I'm a little confused why you wouldn't have used a timeout.
Well, if they don't score, they need their 3 timeouts to get the ball back. But
yeah, I guess so. It's 3rd down, though. I'd have taken the timeout to make sure this is a good play, though, because you've got to keep the ball in your possession. As now he rolls out, throws to the middle, and touchdown, think that's big number 84. Derek Jackson.
Having a game.
Derek Jackson having a game, just scores a big one right there. As I think that was about the third option for JT. He was looking to throw, I think, in that far corner, and bought some time and found his big tight end open in the middle of the end zone.
And now you need the 2-point conversion.
So your best play in the book's got to come out right now, Ken, because this has to be converted. So putting it all on the line here, whatever this call is, JT in the backfield, Hooks is next to him.
Rolling to the right.
As he looks, pumps again. He's going to run it. He's going to walk in, and that's going to tie it. And there's the 2-point conversion as the fans now are into the game, and the lights go crazy.
And we've got ourselves.
And you can see the student section, and we are all knotted up here with 1:12 left at the Hawks Nest. 35-35. There's the touchdown, Ken, where he finds Williams in the back of the end zone. I think he was trying to go over here to number 11 to Derek Williams. But see, he pumps. He was
right
looking.
Across. And there's Kidna.
And there goes
They
Kidna.
had eyes on Vogelman, and that allowed Kidna to scamper in the right side of the end zone.
And you know, credit to JT, credit to the offensive call playing, Coach Kitten and them. They have spread the ball. You got to watch a couple of guys back there. As you pointed out, all of a sudden after that huge catch that Andy Vogelman makes, he's getting a lot of attention in the back of the end zone. Allows his quarterback to just scamper in. You got Williams on the other side who's made plenty of catches. You got the tight end that's just got the touchdown. He's in the back of the end zone. So the Fairfield DBs had to put a lot of pressure on them and open up a lot of field. And the Hawks are able to tie this thing up 35-35.
So you got a minute 12 to stop Talon Fisher.
Yep, and you know you're going to see a big dose of Talon Fisher with 2 timeouts. There's a kick not too deep, about the 17-yard line. And the Hawks are going to try to swarm him on that one. And he's going to get a nice forward progress. I don't think he made it much over the 25, but
yep, they're going to give him the ball at the 28, minute 7 left. Hawks defense has to step up here. Last possession for Fairfield.
So
they
if
gave up a 1-play drive touchdown.
Yeah, you got to hit and wrap here, right? There's no shots, none of that Sunday afternoon stuff where you see defensive players throwing shoulders. This is Friday Night Lights high school football. You got to hit and wrap. So 1:07 left here in the contest, folks. You're seeing a great one as we're knotted up 35-35. Fairfield Indians and your Lakota East Thunderhawks as they bring the pressure. They blitz him, flush him out of the backfield, go deep, and Fisher overthrows as he's on the run. That's a tough throw, Ken. He's rolling right.
Tough throw, and the
throwing
corner was there,
left-handed.
but you don't want to pick up a long pass interference in there. We're going to watch this again. We're going to watch the pressure come from the Hawks. They bring up, and then the long throw by Fisher. Again, rolling right, throwing left-handed. That's hard to do.
And he put it out there.
But
Gave
good
his
defense there by Cruz.
Cruz does have was with him step for step on that one. And yeah, that good point out there of good defense, but that's a tough throw. He's a strong kid, strong arm. So that brings up 2nd and 10, and now the fans are into it. They're rattling the field up here. There goes wide open, and number 41 is going to have to hold on to him.
Yep, he hit number 4, Noah King, who he's hit before. And good tackle there by Miles Metz.
So he was wide open here on the replay, right? He steps back 1-2, and that's just right down the sideline. Somebody saw that in the booth next to us, that's wide open, and Metz has to hold on to him and forces, I think, Fairfield to use a timeout there to get their offensive line and everybody up. So 54 seconds, Ken, 1 timeout left now. So a big hit or a sack really hurts them, right? They're going to force them to use maybe that last timeout. They're at the 39.5-yard line as it's a design run to Fisher. Hawks going to have to wrap him up. Can't give him that first down and stop the clock.
Does get enough, so it's stopping on the first down. They need to get to the line and clock it.
And that's exactly.
Aiden, their kicker, Aiden McGuire, has a strong leg. I don't know what his...
So clock was running there. Nothing was called. Fisher's going to roll out right and get hit. Big stop by Reap, number 34 for the Hawks. Cohen Reap makes a big hit and a big stop, and I think that's going to force the Indians to use their final timeout, Ken.
Yep, Coach Krause takes the timeout.
Here's the hit right there by number 34, and there's a couple of others there. Looks like Andy Vogelman in there playing a little defense too. That kid's everywhere on the field today. Playing a little DB, got the hands team out there, trying to keep this thing within
2nd and 10.
tied up in regulation.
Fairfield probably needs to get to the 15 to be in field goal range.
Yeah, they're really close right now at the 24.5-yard line, I'd say they're at. Scoreboard says the 27, but my eyes say that's about the 24-yard line, 24.5.
Agreed. So 37 seconds. Fairfield does have one last timeout in their pocket. And Hawks need a big stop. They need a mistake by Fairfield.
How'd the clock stop here, Ken? If
they took a timeout. They had 2 left.
Well, they took one up here. That should be 0, I thought. So the fans are going crazy. The booth is shaking up here as they're stomping on the stands, and Fisher goes back. He's looking, gets flushed out of the pocket. He's got to run for his life. He's running backwards. He's trying to find somebody open. Finds number 10, and he makes a lot of yardage there. Something negative turns into positive.
Yeah, Tyler George stayed with the play, and as Fisher was rolling to the right and came back to the left, Tyler George kept coming over to the sideline.
And if somebody's having a game of their life so far, it's been Tyler George for the Indians. As we see here, the Hawks do exactly what they want to do. They break through the line of scrimmage, get Fisher moving. Boy, he spins out. He's elusive and fast, too. And then he just flips it out there to number 10, and there's another busted tackle and gains an extra 3 yards, and that might put them in field goal range, too, now, Ken, because they're
close.
just inside the 15-yard line.
Makeable field goal.
And the Hawks really need to get a...
One timeout left for Fairfield.
As there's a fumble, and that might be a big play. I don't know why the clock's not running. I don't know what happened to the clock here. Yeah, somebody fell asleep on the clock completely, as the clock should have been running once the ball was set. And it wasn't. I think they're going to have to make an adjustment with the clock, because he ran down, got out of bounds. They put the ball in play. They set the ball. The snap came. Nothing ran.
I think they're going to reset it to 17 or 18 right here. Trying to explain it to Coach what's going on, trying to sort it out, but it is the home clock operator.
It is.
So 21 seconds. It is 2nd and 15. Fairfield out of timeouts. They had to use a timeout on the errant snap.
Yeah.
So the question becomes, do you center it and then kick? Do you have enough time to get your field goal unit out? Do you run a pass play?
I think you run one pass play to the end zone, and if it's not there, you kick this, Ken. But the bigger question here is it going to be 21 ticks on the clock, or is it going to be 16 or 17 clicks on the clock? Because, you know, if you can get Fisher to run around like he did before, that brings it down to almost not manageable to get your team back out there, right?
The other big question is, you were on the 12, and now you're on the 19.
Yeah, the ball is back to the 19-yard line,
So
and
you
that's...
just made your field goal 7 yards longer.
And they're not making any adjustment to the clock at all. I'm kind of really surprised there, Ken. I really thought they would. As Fisher goes back, he's got George next to him. Snaps right into his hands. He's looking. He's going to get flushed out. They got to get him on the ground, Ken. They got to get him on the ground, not push him out of bounds.
He gets out of bounds safely, and you have to imagine they're going to kick a field goal here.
Yep. They had to tackle him in bounds, and that would have made life really hectic for the Indians, as it brings up 3rd and 7 now, right?
Yep, and Fisher there gets pushed out of bounds, and here comes Aiden McGuffey.
So he picks up a few yards there, right? He gets positive.
McGuire for the win.
He got 9 yards out of that, Ken, and that might be all the difference here as Fisher scrambles, not only gets a few yards to make it a little bit shorter for his field goal kicker after the muff snap, but even more important, he got out of bounds.
So he's going to talk over their field goal defense here. Now, the thing about a field goal is, I mean, it's longer than an extra point, but you need a good snap, you need a good hold, and you need a good kick.
Yep.
So there's 3 things that have to happen for Fairfield. He's trying to disrupt one of those 3.
I'll tell you what, on that last PAT, number 3 went flying through there. I don't know where that gap was, but somebody needs to find that gap here, and it needs to be a big body. As you see the Indians setting up over there, they're talking it over as East takes their timeout. There's number 2, Fisher, and that kid has just been a workhorse.
Yeah, so you got 2 0-3 teams coming into the night, each looking for a win. You'd have to imagine both teams are relatively happy with how they played win or lose here.
Yeah. Though East did have some opportunities here, right? They really should be in control of this game, and
so
they should.
Seconds, it comes down to this.
They should really should be up 1 here, but it's going to come down to a field goal, and that 9 yards that Tylen Fisher picked up on that scramble just now might be all the difference.
You know, different angle here too. East is going to take another timeout, make them think about it a little more.
Yeah.
The other difference is there's not a lot of field goals in the high school game.
Nope.
So you've got a different angle coming from the left hash than you would have from the center of the field.
Absolutely.
You know, that adds a degree of difficulty from this distance. I don't know if it matters too much, but that is something to consider.
We're about ready to find out here in another minute and a half, I'd say.
So East doing everything in its power to make Aiden McGuire think about it. They do have 1 more timeout left. Are we going to stand around for another 45 seconds after this, after they line up again? I would think so. A little gamesmanship.
And remember this, it is only 3rd down, right? So if something goes wrong, if something goes wrong, they could reset quickly and snap again, because you've got the team out there. You've got your field goal team out there. So if something were to go wrong, the senior captain and Fisher could be like, get back to the line of scrimmage, let's go, because all you need is 1 tick to get the snap off. And here we go as Fisher's down there for the hold, number 27. There's a snap, it's up, tried, and it's going to be good.
Aiden McGuire drills it.
Guess who tried to come off the corner over there for the block? That was Andy Vogelman trying to find that big body. I liked it, so he gave it all he could to get out there. And
what a ball game.
The Indians, as you can see here, Ken, here comes the replay. You can see Vogelman here on the side. He lays everything out there and tried to just get even if he gets a finger on that, man, it's a big difference. But the Indians pull it off. As you said, that's a tough kick from that left hash. And he hit it well. That's one of the better balls he's hit all night. And we got 38-35, up 3 with 11.1 seconds.
Really, our first entry of the game, too.
That's Fisher.
He's got to be
kid's got to be exhausted.
There. Yep.
Got to be exhausted. I don't know what his numbers are in the final. It'll be interesting. But he's thrown, he's ran, he's made some big plays. Not necessarily, I mean, he did make the big, long 60-yarder, but I mean, here at the very end, just getting out of the pocket, making a couple of positive yards to make that a little bit easier kick. Because if that's 9 yards further, that's a lot more into that kicker's head to make that. Though he hit that one pretty well, it probably would have made it from 9 yards back, but you never know when you're in that situation. So.
And it is kind of rare for a high school player to have a walk-off field goal there.
Yeah.
Not quite the walk-off, but close enough.
About as close as you can get with 1-1-1 left here in the 4th. And unfortunately, the Thunderhawks find themselves down 3. But lots of chances, you know, the Hawks had to keep this game a little bit closer and be in control. And they just, you know, there's 1 tackle here and 1 tackle there that they didn't make, that the Indians dominated on and made a big play. So there's the short kick, and the Hawks go down quick.
Yep, definitely went into the hands of JT Kitna versus an upback who's going to be swarmed on the special teams. Good coaching by the Hawks special teams.
So they'll take over.
It was Elijah Perry who scooped it in.
At the 22-yard line. The Indians got that nice bounce, man. He squibbed it, but then it hit the toe and, man, shot up about 30, 40 feet in the air right over the next layer of Hawks and went to that second deep back. And
so do you practice this? Do you have the hook and ladder kind of throw it backwards until you can't go any further? Or,
so a lot of receivers out there as JT drops back, steps up, wings it way deep to the sidelines, and that's going to be his first and only interception of the night, unfortunately.
And not much that you can do about that. Intercepted by Darian Prophet.
You know, you're looking for either your guy to come down with it, which there was nobody for the Hawks even near that. I'm not too for sure. He outthrew his coverage there, and or you're hoping maybe a pass interference. So we'll see the replay.
Yeah,
he has plenty of time to throw this.
Back. He's hoping that there's a pass interference. He's hoping one of his guys can get away, but he's just launching it upfield.
He's got Vogelman going down there,
strong arm.
I think Andy pulled up at the. I think he pulled up at the 50-yard line, thinking he was going to hit him midfield and step out with a few ticks, and then maybe one throw to the end zone or something. Not.
So quite the game, Dave. I mean, very high scoring. Both teams energetic. Couple wrinkles, and the Hawks, even though it's their fourth loss, they have to be relatively pleased under this new system.
So they're just going to go in the victory formation after the interception here. Fisher will take it. Everybody behaves at the line of scrimmage, and what a hard-fought match, but you said it, Ken. Somebody had to come out a winner here tonight, and unfortunately, it's not the Thunderhawks as they go down 38-35 to the Fairfield Indians. Great first broadcast. We'll see you in a few weeks. That's it from Dave Royce, Ken Yablonsky, WCTV.
Lakota High School would like to thank everyone for their support of Thunderhawk Athletics. Please have a safe drive home, and we'll see you back at the Hawks Nest.